When mama special mention sana ya tuaswana. It's a new segment. Special mention.
Wait.
I try one.
Oh, you better want some.
Okay.
You touch on it. Champions League in the say and it here. Me read one message bina. One Chelsea fan I can say, or can't Chelsea supporters in say, or Monko Makumantum. Na Paris Saint-Germain the last season, Omo G Champions League no. Oman started group stages in the year. And how you start, where how you finish.
That's it.
But there's a big problem with Chelsea and this season Champions League, you know. And Rich, you know, sometimes there are some Chelsea supporters who come as someone, they don't take it well. But at least who state the facts they are, what they do with the facts probably omit me at the IABB. Rich, se union to Boasie now share Chelsea ni Bayern game ni bi you realize one thing. Chelsea team no lack a lot of experience in Europe. Look, men can't wait to throw Chelsea, but Rich, Conference League and Champions League difference in the song. There are some mistakes that over our Conference League you will not get punished. But over Champions League at the Allianz Arena against Bayern, with players being say Hurricane and Rich, you make one mistake, you are punished. And goals change games. And see, what me and change na pipe. Loss of concentration, inexperience, indiscretion, one error, boom, na buaba, na starting changing game no at the amount. And I saw a lot of Chelsea players, any team now, and making errors via a soldier say no, this team probably may need 1 or 2 seasons to build on more capacity at the Champions League level, especially if they are playing the big boys in Europe. Now, Rich, Ubeji say Oko Chelsea website one. Out of 23 players at Chelsea are registered for the Champions League. Players in a combined Champions League appearance of 117. And it's also Chelsea list of players who are registered for this year Champions League which not also players one by one. The number of times Omaba Champions League will be there. Which you will only get 117 appearances. Now, say that we will be Tiasian. Who compared to Bayern? Bayern were 860. Into Ofa Kimmich, Ofa Pavlovic, Upamecano, Hurricane, and Omomakana. Who come with Champions League appearances, boom, individual players now. Who come on Bayern squad now? Almost 860. And they will add this season to 8. But also Chelsea, you know, reach only 117 appearances. Now, Rich, out of 117 appearances that Chelsea players in the world, OBJ said, there was Ropa Ayeris James. Only the second, Jimmy Gittins.
Because of Dortmund.
Jimmy Gittins. Chelsea will match in about Tuesday and I said Wednesday. On the game in 90 minutes, you know. Not 14 players. And a Chelsea AUC in the game. Which Ubejedi said out of 14 players in a Chelsea AUC, you have Ember Champions League. Not even a single appearance at the Champions League. So you can imagine.
Made mistakes.
Yes. And see, again, Manus, I'm trying to be careful with my words, you know. LBRH, FIFA Club World Cup na Chelsea kwaje, you know. All the Chelsea supporters, you know, hopes say they are very, very good team and they can play at the highest level. But Rich, Say, who the son of my Bobosi, to say, Nini Pa. I think Chelsea, France, no. The FIFA Club World Cup, no, and the two of them, and they won it on merit, but they need a certain level of patience anytime.
Lower expectations.
Yes, for a team way to build a more experience and exposure at the Champions League level.
Especially Chelsea, it
is all because of inexperience. Now, which when the man made the team, videos in the team, look at first goal at Chelsea conceded. Look, I am not saying, sir, only say, hey, now 1v1, right hand side, or for a lot of teams, so almost more against Bayern. But Rich, your friend say a error and a trouble Chaloba, a share. But the way the game was tight at that time. So time Bayern any free kick now. Rich, the pass to Olise, any Olise 1v1 cross into the box. You could clearly see say Chelsea lost concentration. Probably they thought Kimmich ever cross next him. Omuyan so possible number Olise. Omuyan so Olise the ball Kobala who cross it, ball number Trevor Chaloba at home. Now you look at Harry Kane 2 goals for say, which and tell me say any Chelsea na a give to Bayern 4 goals and the major problem, which the major problem and they say over Bayern, which omiting why na like also man attention ba.
Okay.
So you shouldn't leave Harry Kane any space. Now it's 2 goals now Harry Kane saying na. You watch the build up. And again, men find Chelsea players in the because there were 40 passes. Na a Chelsea na economy. Omu answer ball omu ankasa. I create a situation. For instance, her friend go now the saying, look, who showed baby Harry Kane a fever farmer, which he was as he said, Obianco Beno. Free. Let me take you back. Look at Harry Kane. Show me what you know. Strike up Harry Kane. Oh, boss you, and there's no marking on you like that. And in the moment I'm on the third one, I look. Once Cancelo have to go back and commit the penalty.
You to say Kukurea. I don't know, say no bread here. There be over the space between One Olisa. What? Yabo no my branch and Jibo contra no Bobon.
Who say? Last time, in Sabakaya, maybe Kansas move here. Chelsea transitions, they are still learning it. Make up transitions now, which Chelsea couldn't anymore. There are a lot of movement with the players now. But who do elite level with CCA? Yes, sir, we are Kukwera. Your training regimes and your tactical regimes, which your Chelsea will say, the morning anymore. You need to move from left backward to either inverted and I say overcut to the byline, say the over as a winger. No one pushing area, gatings and I say let to move inside. Which, if that is your orientation, play your coach. In a game at this elite level, which see the only say to us, you will be confused. And I'm in Nhyira. And I'm only saying or a trick in the gap. Because which Sausha friends go now. It was close to him. But just one flick of a pass from Olise, he created a penalty. And it's all you have in India. All you have to do, Mamma Brent and the Gab Kaka. Or Jibia Suno, no Fusua. Problem. Now, we should go here with Kitchener, which you look at the build up to the second goal crowd here West. What was wrong with Malo Gusto? What was wrong with him? It is a learning process. And it's a chance for no, if they will listen and inquire, they will have to learn the hard way. Team, strong team, very, very talented team, but at this elite level, they reach. So what the numbers in any idea, will check a kind, probably it will take time. So team abroad, match they won in the Champions League, 22 wins in a row for team and friend Bayern Rich. and Obakaya, then the preview, no, we were talking about say Chelsea our squad here, but Bayern history, no, at this level, especially in the group stages, no, very, very, very strong. And so for me, that is what caused Tina, your friend Chelsea or lose, no, they have a very, very inexperienced team when it comes to Champions League contest. Liverpool had a late win against Atletico Madrid. Paris Saint-Germain started with defense, you know, very, very well. Inter, share Ajax 2-0. Our Wednesday games, you know. Now, Rich, Enra, I will start the Newcastle Barcelona analysis, you know, from Asama and Anthony Gordon Ekai, and just ask if he was waiting. No?
Yewiana ede fisama ya bobo no etimi ede amamo enti atena se yenu samo twen yenso ready ade agudem so papa no ede Abraham already seated eye Gabi Tuam Gabi the foreigner one and the Costa combo no enche krombeki kambum na omodien akwamne na afie de amane ne nkoma na hyase ansana ya be fie me samo dwumade me ka say live on TV muntie nie and live on TV, on your multi-TV decoder and so search for Nhyira TV. Make us say, "Yay, Jumadino, I live on Nhyira TV." Now, on so me enjoy show no our ho. Sounds now per YouTuber. On so Nhyira TV sa obo search engine ho. Na so me ahwe Jumadino our ho, but I subscribe to me send be ya. Anytime be an tenase ya no obenya message say Nhyira passports. Timi tenase de agudebun 7 no. At the Abraham, you don't want pay much you say Nhyira passports over the others. Now, and common doors as usual. In the nan, you better na your room, in the na at me at the amamo. And sana, a becasima do na ya sorry, Effigy so a bejai, Diacano at the amamo. Now, Moswaba Chamadrin, I will age Medina. So, but see idea. Say, Opa Sauber Chawadrin, I would Medina. So I just say, about YouTube, Nhyira TV. O subscribe you are now odo message no akahona ya kenkan and so etimi at the amount EPL the English Premier League na abusa for the ten say you rem awo aye 5 na games ni more the papa nyasem kitwa and the early kick off na Liverpool na etia no how many team from say Everton and na Stubborn Everton you better say game no come of course nyame aduma anwumre 4:30 and now Manchester United and Chelsea game no ever koso at the Old Trafford and so yebedi ho and come na sa game no and Ruben Amorim say or no say Pope grab a catch and say the system no on wo and also ayen come yebedi o show so china another big game our ho Arsenal Everton Emirates na amo atwen Man City and so 3:30 a china game and so no yebetimi edihun komo La Liga rem the same week 5 na Real Madrid ebebo Espanyol enne na ochina Barcelona so atenafie no mo atwen Getafe anu so no ehonsamo asiwia ewo Italy Hellas Verona ene Juve bebo Udine ni AC Milan Inter Sassuolo ene the other games na honsam awo Bundesliga so no ahafiam abetenafie no mo atwen Chelsea and Masters no in Bayern Munich anu so eyensama Indina no ebe free Germany aba ene anopene no na metis as Manchester United panipa yera Sir Jim Ratcliffe or say and John Bessa offer a Ruben Amorim another contract na ayasibu as a is a I want Amorim no kodia and your mom pay some of the contract no man akwananka so one side you na onje team no ahonkwa and so atiefo the sound community na no ebe free amonene abansani abefie na the two Ghanaian clubs are musu jina Ghana nemu ewo Africa no ene chine na konto no hyase in the Champions League Gold Stars and it be from Sir JS Kabili of Algeria and ebebo sa game no from Poman so akasa at the afahon and sports minister and the SWAC president as kopie momo akosa teams no me chere both Gold Stars and Kumasa and Okwa Abraham Sawo do at the Atugan so no Yakoba ni abebo bi etimi at the amamo yenim say Kotoko in the Confederations Cup omo ene Kwara United of Nigeria ena abebano so ahonsam awhani nyina na tifo I just said garbage from Kabi the foreigner any and the cost and one edian akọ amanene abana afia be dis an community na I was shown so Ghana Premier League no so week 2 to so anra mediama emphatic win 4-0 anom dem Vision FC and so yakoba the other games na no ye be dis an common no awo aye shown so garbage ram Gabi the foreigner I go see good morning.
Yeah, Kwabena, good morning.
Now to say
nyame adom.
Okay.
Nyame adom bibi.
Andy Costa.
Charo.
Andy Mitchell. As you say.
Oh, yanko panda roma me ho de.
Okay. Elidio we are.
I know what is a city Jesse.
Elidio we are
say.
Vim no.
Vim. Na last week say just we na na me she. So what you say. And born here ko born in Manchester. It is a me support to Manchester United here. I also support to Manchester City. So what I say. Chelsea the end good them.
Kwabena nipa kra de.
E be hye numre.
Uko fie bi mo na opeso hu de wo ho afi ho nipa na odi kan si bi so. Na o bi zaze bi o ti say. Manchester fo so de omonom na ti ho.
Me ba mo ba no mo records ansa na mo ba.
The record be ya.
Mo ntimi share.
For day record for day.
You are aware mo mienu mo ya aware.
Records for day
Game na e be bon. Se munim.
Manchester Hall.
Aye. Mo ntimi share.
Old Trafford Hall.
Aye. Mo ntimi share.
Okay.
Yeah, ya sapra nya Chelsea.
Sa.
Manchester. Ya sapa nya Chelsea.
Yate. But the yen kasa we be ye pese ja na de
4:30 numbo
kasa yo be na Monday no ye ba ye mra na tese bibia e din.
Okay.
Nti o de ene yen
ade boy ye come na afia de mo ne come no.
Uko ti say that is the popo kura ba was say no.
Nipa room. Omu nipa. Popo grab can uzi. No am can do it.
Are you ready?
In your Facebook na afe ya papi de urambada on Nhyira TV. Nhyira TV ewo YouTube handle. We call YouTube handle no sa na we me Nhyira TV. And I say what search for Nhyira TV. Na so no so nya bia hwe na eno etimi aboya na do comment na dia Bible pem yetima kenkan nyina dia ma won sese ahodo nyina so na no so etimi aye come on some matches p ho atase ya ma won sam etimi aka Manchester United. We want Chelsea game no beba so encharope ye bedi hu nkoba kaka. But yeah, Manchester etoja ewo eyen Crawford amasa no ada kakra timi start here. And the German Bundesliga game and no ada etoja no Stuttgart bobo kono any St. Pauli na edition e ade se Stuttgart abontenam you know ama St. Pauli omo entimi antenta no and the only game me pato etoja ewo German Bundesliga na no pe no ya de kakra ede down na ede tede and Manchester etoja na Osberg omo etna from the men so 5 and edition and Sana Hamburger SV and some any Hedanium game now about training Tiedi Hofian one better if you're Bayern Munich and I did say enough as the Veda men one more any Faber game now and so to my training will be quite a I'll be Leipzig community FC Cologne game now and so at me Abaso and tell the matches are Etojano and transfer from better fear one more any Union Berlin edition and Sana Yababa Yatima Medina de Bayern of Follower Course one more and so any Borussia Mönchengladbach game now about training and Sana Borussia Dortmund one more any Wolfsburg game no etimaba so ne matches a etotwa e German Bundesliga na no pe no ye de on kobaka kwa adi adambo na de tenie there's a league table no Bayern Munich and early after 3 matches we mo 9 points and Sana we benya Borussia Dortmund mo e was 7 points we mo tosumi no we ba benya FC Cologne we mo tosumi and with 7 points after St. Pauli and so e was 7 points we mo tosu 9 and I kobaka kwa so etotwa na Sisian Hurricane league ni yasa se be 5 goals and the crowd say who good ase one answer crowd 4 goals what baby Abrante the Dean and some at the air Andes Hotonji one crowd 3 goals and Dudona and so can Uzan one more crowd 3-3 and team and your matches are and no etoja our bato there's a Germany at us yadi on Komakaka at the Adana Yako Terence Ria not yet in Komakaka leche and not the Motinafie Amaka Glawe Catio Ecobo Montinami no Mutimubako and team and then matches Libin Subatrene and your Bologna Bobo Komotina from Genoa and a descending Baba Nyaharas Voroja one any Juve Bobo with Niti Catio and some any Esma and Edisiane and tell the matches Sabatran and SS Lazio one more from any Roma and a descending Cremonese and the Parma Babo and Sana Baba Torino mo and Atalanta Bergamo mo Gimno about 20 Bena Fiorentina or more and the Como Eddie said enough for Inter and it's a solo Monso Ebabo Monday Night Football Yebena SS in Napoli Monso and Pisa and Eddie said in T and your matches Abatoja war a Terence Ria now Omu League in after 3 matches SS in Napoli na LED one more hour 9 points Yababa Juve one more 9 points of Tosumino me and say Cremonese and your 77 woman you Genese and Africa Glawi Munina our 77 and 6 points and so Equa AC Milana Womotosu Aya Asia and so Marcus Ram 3 goals and Sana Banta didn't edit out the Galawi one also Equa 2 goals Duzan Vlahovic one Equa 2 goals Hakanta Noglo one also 2 goals Nico Pass one also Equa 2 goals Wababenya Andrew Belotti and so 2 goals Calvin Dibana Equa 2 goals and a reporter Eba Ewo Jumedia so Africa Friendly Ghana Olympic Leon Bobo Kwenanwata Umba Tanaba Kuma Anges Omom and so Entimante and the matches are Etojano Nont Omo and a study Rene Edisiane near Babenya Stade Brassois Womo any OG Sinis given the trend after RCD Lons Omo and the limit to Pona Eba Tanada Yebenya Paris FC Woman is Strawberry Baba Nafe Yenya OJ Ojel woman and so any Toulouse ne ebo afe Le Havre any Laurent Tebabo ni anya AS Monaco woman met and this said nafe yenya Olympic du Marseille any PSG any a big game of fiction so China down pay yede on come back credit down PSG after 4 matches no and you mention 12 points and the Crom Lille there so more abom match day 5 no one more 12 points one more toss you know what about Benyam limit to pull one more and so our 10 points Tosumiansa and 9 AS Monaco one more 9 points Strawberry go 9 points and Sana started in one more 7 points Abrante the dinner de Brala Bacola one on Abantina 2 Air France Olidi 3 goals na Abantina say Abrante the dinner de Frank Air Magri on and so 3 goals it's all never 3 goals whereby Abrante the din and so at the Air Kabai one on so 3 goals and Sana Joaquin one when you 3-3 on T and then come at total Air friendly Ghana and out of panel, Yakate Kaka at the Adao.
Okay, yen free France na yen twaso e Spain. Na mame fan to manim se La Liga matches a weekend we eba so no match week 5. Na the ten say Andra Friday e Estadio de la Catuja. Yen ya team from se Real Betis e ofie. Wo me hye miensa e ma Real Sociedad e te kanu bako. Na Andra Betis game eba so e ofie no e player first Juan Hernandez. One and share first go e ma team je from se Real Betis and when Brian Mendes e ba take kan e ma Real Sociedad e ma Alex Romero e on goal. Ever restore lead in enemy team from the Real Betis and son of former West Ham United player and friend Pablo Fornals. Ebenya third go enemy team. You from the Real Betis. Etienne Betis of you omo 3-1. Editia Real Sociedad. Na the ten say enen yame aduma. And Saturday matches are ever so our Spanish La Liga no. The ten say about 12 o'clock p.m. Your Girona omo Tenfio Estadio Municipal de Montilivi. Womo ene Levante enebo. And when Real Madrid our Estadio Santiago Bernabeu about 2:15 p.m. Womo Espanyol after 4:30 p.m. 2 games and Ebaso and Saturday el Spanish La Liga num na Deportivo Alaves el Estadio Mendizorosa Womubo Sevilla na Villarreal Atenefio Estadio de Ceramica na Omni Osasuna game abaso and which about 7 o'clock p.m. el Estadio Mestalla Mame Fantum nim se Valencia team el fie wom any Athletic Club de Bilbao enebo Nyankopon ya duma wachina Sunday 12 o'clock p.m. Rayo Vallecano el Campo de Football de Vallecas Womubo Celta de Vigo and which 2:15 p.m. p.m. Mallorca Estadio Mallorca Son Moy gum any Atletico Madrid enable na fe about 4:30 p.m. Estadio Manuel Martinez Valera mame fanto onim se Elche ofie gum bo Real Oviedo na fe Nyankopon ya duma wo che numere 7:00 p.m. team from say FC Barcelona omutrefie Estadio Johan Cruyff gum any Getafe enable na the tell after match week 4 Spanish La Liga no team je from say Real Madrid edikan na Madrid team ekuta 100% record gum 12 points na FC Barcelona etosumi no gum 10 points Espanyol etosumi nsa omo 10 Betis etosuna omo 9 afi Athletic Club Bilbao etosunum gum 9 points and afi Getafe team no gum etosu ensia omo so 9 points na the tell say Pichichi top scorer Spain na Okola Liga no ma Real Madrid player na fa Kylian Mbappe gum na edikan wa 4 goals and wachi Adrian Liso wa 3 goals Perry Mela gum so asha 3 Rafael Me afi Hafinha Tajon Bochnan and afi Vadat Morogi omo nyina asha 3 goals apiece and anopai no yere wonsam emetiefonya show no so afi quickly yem free Spain na yan toaso England na the dey say over Premier League nima match week 5 and a weekend we ever so na ye tell say nyame admo and anopai a Anfield Merseyside derby ever so na Liverpool team fie omo Everton enable 11:30 am and anopai and a sa game ever so na Liverpool team nyame no nukran Premier League no wom form pa unim say this season a team from say Liverpool omo enkwa ne kuta 100% record Premier League na Andra manager fence and slot ne pre-match press conference eba so no manager na ekasa for Merseyside derby and anopai eba so no wo the Liverpool manager je fence and slot.
No, when we faced them last season, they had a very good spell as well, and it wasn't a spell because they just kept on going with that. And into this season again, also, I think they made some good signings. One of them is, of course, a player on loan that was worth 100 million in the past, not maybe still, but someone paid 100 million for him, and he's doing so well for them, Jack Grealish. So good team. So looking forward to the game tomorrow because it's every Anfield game is special, but this derby is even more special.
Okay, we are the Liverpoolians, Liverpool, manager fence Anslot, and I'm watching Cano. Now, Anslot is in front to be and say Everton team Bono, woman in Bopa, I feel last season, only Everton here, with him say Bon, Omini Bo, and so this season, Omutin, Omashamokina, now only £100 million player. Abrantia fence Jack Grealish Abba, a just Everton for a very good team. Now, I see game be Anfield, a special name, say a Debia, a special pa Anfield, and a Liverpool manager fence Anslot. And at this San 7 Atuja, now I'm watching the attention about 2 o'clock p.m. 4 games and a bus Premier League. Now Brighton and Hove Albion, Everton, American Express Community Stadium, woman and Tottenham Hotspurs enable, and watch Burnley, Turf Moor, woman Nottingham Forest, West Ham United, London Olympic Stadium, woman and Crystal Palace enable. Now for Wolverhampton Wanderers at Millennium Stadium, now Leeds United game Abaso. Now the attention at 4:30 p.m. Old Trafford, Manchester United, the Red Devils, Won any team from say the Blues of Chelsea enable. Na nyame adma 4:30 game Ebasono. Dememe say can say center referee Peter Banks afa video assistant referee eko edemo pani first Creposen na fe video assistant referee assistant no akọ edema Dren Holmes enti wey penifo nyame adma enawie eko numere yi wo mu kwakodi game no Old Trafford. Na wo de yente Ruben Amorim wakasa bebre manager na first Ruben Amorim no ene manager edema Manchester United. Now, was it a Dubabiana United players? Omo naive. Yente United manager Ruben Amorim.
The way we suffer the goals, we can avoid that. We are being naive. We need to be more aggressive in order to win games. We just have to maintain to play the way we are playing, but improving on the opponent's box in our box. That was the focus of the week, especially if you play against Chelsea. That is the team that when he crosses, he has more guys inside the box. And we suffer a little bit against Fulham, and we work a lot during the week to be better on that.
Okay, the Red Devils of Manchester United, my manager say Ruben Amorim. My manager say Ruben Amorim, and I'm watching in Casa or Casano. Now Amorim the Uncle Wadi Bebre Basso. Now the opposite number the Blues of Chelsea manager. Jafan say Enzo Maresca. Now Maresca say our opinion fan say Ruben Amorim one year pan days from Sporting CP about Manchester United. When you say manager no, we a good manager and no man share on fire. And for man Manchester United, we Chelsea. One manager fan is Enzo Maresca.
The only thing I can say that I really appreciate Ruben. I watch Ruben games since he was in Sporting. He's magnific manager. Like all the manager, when you start a new project, sometimes you can struggle a little bit more, a little bit less, but at the end you're gonna struggle. But I don't have any doubt that it's a fantastic manager. I think it's always difficult to play United away in their stadium, Old Trafford. So I don't think that now is the right moment, or next year will be the right moment, or last year was the right moment. It's always difficult.
Okay, Chelsea manager fancy Enzo Maresca and our tenant can out Maresca say, oh, you know, and some 20 baku Ebusan say, and you be on way no, at right time. Say, Mubo Manchester United and say, will be a GD pass United money born out from Chelsea, upper, and I say Chelsea also at the Manchester United. Now, Utie, Enzo Maresca was say, and Franca, as I say, the last time a team from Chelsea, we were Manchester United, Premier League, way back 2013. Now, it's 12 years ago, and a United, we will sue fear team from Chelsea. Now just say a year pa. And found say last year and I said this year and a Chelsea every team you from Manchester United or did you pass a game no day adding and I Chelsea manager your friend Enzo Maresca kakro to Janano Peno. You don't want some amateur for in a show so now the attention and next Saturday about 7 o'clock p.m. Your team from Fulham Omotinefi or Craven Cottage Amoba Brentford Nyankupoya Dmo Sunday 1 o'clock p.m. 2 games and a Basel Premier League. Now bottom of El Vitality Stadium, woman any Newcastle United enable now for Sunderland at Nefield Stadium of Light. Now I'm Aston Villa game Abaso after watching at 3:30 p.m. The Gunners Arsenal Elfie, woman the Sky Blues of Man City enable. Now over last season game Abaso between Arsenal and after team from Manchester City El Emirates Arsenal every game by 5-1. Now every year pa now Odie Gentie Mikel Arteta one and a manager and my team from Arsenal. Now manager says Arsenal team no on person more consistent. It's a game beyond on person more winning. And what about Pep Guardiola bosso? Why Arsenal? One manager first Mikel Arteta.
It's about winning again and creating another good moment for us. Consistency, competing against one of the best teams, obviously, in the world, and good test for us to see our level as well. Well, yeah, the demands that he puts, first of all, on himself, the standards that he requires for everybody around him, his will to win, to evolve, to improve. You look around him always, he wants to surrender about the best people. For me, he's by far the best coach in the world. I always said it. I had the pleasure to work.
Okay, Mikel Arteta manager at my team from Arsenal and our tenant can say Walkersana and original Pep Guardiola one and manager at the Sky Blues of Man City. Now manager also Ekasa would the NT Pep remember the a crack Pep Guardiola a fan so I press conference with the NT Man City manager.
Sir Alex Ferguson, when I arrived here, to Brian Keat, said, in the Premier League, you have to, after Boxing Day, stay close to the top 4. After that, you can think about it. Last season, after Boxing Day, we were in another country. So that's why go today, we'll see what happens. So there are many games. For experience, the 6 Premier Leagues, I think 4 or 5, we were in December, January, was behind Liverpool and behind Arsenal. And at the end, we won it. So that's why see the team growing up. That is all my concern right now. See the team make a step forward every day. We're not going to win the Premier League.
Okay, the Sky Blues of Man City manager first Pep Guardiola and I will take Guardiola and Casa Okasana. Guardiola say one of time when you're England Ekulano, former Manchester United, a manager first Sir Alex Ferguson, and maybe Wakachen assistant manager first Brank Kede say Premier League no Ubetima what the young to was here Yako Boxing Day December Eddie Ram January Ako February I was say who stay close to the top 4 a hot NHS Ubetima Premier League no Eddie Sim Nelson and Yamia do watching a game Ebasono say team from Man City Omolusu Edema Arsenal and I say Omolusu kra and no anchor say team from Man City Wombaji Premier League and I saw Omuntimenje and no I Pep Guardiola and Sam Kakra Andra what it to Janano Penny I want them and my team for you El Shono so now my men for 2 say team from Liverpool woman in the Premier League table no now I'm 12 points Arsenal Tosumi no woman 9 points after Tottenham Hotspurs woman Tosumi say I'm 9 Bournemouth Etoso and 9 I'm 9 after Chelsea L8 I'm Tosunum now the top scorers Premier League no Manchester City striker and fans Ellen Brut Haaland was 5 goals and which Anton Semenyo and Victor Gyökeres women in Asha 3 goals Ubenya Brennan Johnson Chris Wood Hugo Ekitike after Ilman Indiai Ismail Anasa Ismail Sa Jonah Anasa Blantia fans Jaden Anthony and Joao Pedro women in Asha 2 goals apiece and Nano Peno yet update MT for El Shono so
well so now yeah 2000 offense when somebody yet to me at the Abama Makato say yeso no live on YouTube and aye Nhyira TV nti wokɔ na fe wanya so ni bia hwe na timi aye kama na UEFA no pay wo mo de nkɔba kakra de aba wo mo tese wo mo de wo mo 11 and answer team of the week no enya ba na arope na me anum nie ma hwɛ mu di Chelsea player bi anka ho na da mi se nkɔfo yi ade o mu ye kamia se nkɔfo na nyanyae ezan se Chelsea head am on homodin enti player ba kokora pim na goalkeeper mo de na dam no ayo Olympic Tomase o mo goalkeeper de din di ayo Ruli ono no mo de ni twimo afi etire ho wo mo boss Liverpool player o mo player ne din enso adi Mboje ono aye Senegali ana afi wo mo enso ebo aye Virgil van Dijk from Liverpool wo mo ba branch de di Lucasen wo no si akada ma perfect bobo kono ana afi branch de din adi Lorente wo no ya Atletico Madrid player afi animo sano wo mo Tetro Masemo eba branch de din enso edi Venaken wo no si akan adi ma club bridge ana mo bo Marcus Rashford enso ewo fifi sa afi mo ba branch de din edi Bekao wo no si akan de ma Korabek ana afi Trincao ewo Sporting CP wo mo bo Hurricane ewo animo ana afi Marcus Thuram for Inter aye Milan bobo kwenti where players are UEFA as a team of the week no wo mo de o mo so complete na no pe no ye de on koba kakra edi edana winning Champions League no ye wo players are o mo winning matches do ewo UEFA Champions League matches mo na winning say na no da goalkeeper Manono ya wa ba be ka players are o mo enso winning 100 matches na say no mo table no esitie na nka first 5 but I know say Manono ya enya piem nti ye be the first 6 enso edi amamo player wa winning UEFA Champions League matches do pa no aya branch de Cristiano Ronaldo 115 matches ana branch na winning afa Muller Thomas Muller a winning 111 ana fake Casillas 101 ana nano da Manono ya ababenya 100 aya wins the any career Leo Messi a winning 95 ana for Toni Kroos and so winning 95 in T and your players are banning UEFA Champions League ya kaso minim ni bon omo weni a omo so nkoma kakra ana media down na omo he football sui answer omo kwatena se ana omo de se kakra ba omo ye yam quarters omo so ball no cry emfa va emfa mna me yeso ye va yi ba omo kwatena omo so goal line technology na no so omo de aba enwati ene semi automated offside machine na no so omo de aba siza de omo so omo ba be he budi sa tro na yakwa ene Manchester fo ene omo ba ya de press so omo so a tro yo omo kofa boy a so omo ba beto boy na simi enya bia ba ha omo nya ne se o player ba ko tro yin ba ko be gina on se ko be 2 minutes na kwa bena onyam tro sisi no football fo so omo ba be him tam no ba be che so ene se ko ba se tro yin no u be gina che ansa no wato aba na be take some minute bia e bia se e foul no be ju o se ne e card no me de ba ma wan pato e no yan kobo mudi se tro yin time limit no e no so omo de ba se ne be time waste no e no so atwo betimi atwa e no ye reporter etoja e wo dwumade so abisia amfo me hello Madrid Chelsea player ya ni mirika toyi yesi sa wa na adu se 2028 and they call Los Angeles akwa Olympic Games no wozo ko tu mirika o minim se 100 meters no be ko se 200 meters o and I Chelsea player nan saying that e ba so akoko ye doping ama Chelsea ba sabe eno ya ba ni se yamfa mobo na omususu se ebi anso wa ni widim enti eno ye Ukrainian brand koba evina kati edi eba na Radman Falcao Kofi Garcia ana wadin koba kaka edi abakwa bra Falcao se wono nanka Madrid eye wia de papa na habranta na me ye hukwan asa yesi Madrid for mo faso SI eye big stars no na yesi Fiorentino Perez kwabna yesi baby a eye oye ne signings the pa yesi bia award bi eba so ne se Ballon d'Or beba su okobia yesi handkerchief ekura ni botom ana se he ni botom fita oba ya pepe na wayi di ato ho ode to a no watwe bibi di aguso no aka to se fa ubebi ma aso akwa so dem na so for bom paye egu handkerchief so di ama kwa na ubebi em na wom. Do you want to play for Madrid? I am outside the gate waiting for you. Yes, no, that's a also a DJ one. Naja, once walk with Shannon baby, I watch as a Shannon Pepe. No, Falcao was say, a bit to no Galabiase. Also, no, who so run Kunta. Papa Naba, handkerchief no idea to her. What the 2 hour Pepe or Hermuno, not as so besides so person Sakai, and my Madida, or Mupoa or Gate or Mana or try not as a winning cover. Or this time, I know the idea about Tono. Who call it Chico Madida or Penyani de Rafa Elike, one on Nana. ɔno nso kasamafo ɛde ma ɔmokɔbra wɔse ɛno no papa no hwɛ ne din sɛ ɔno nso nim star no a Fiorentino Perez yɛ nti wɔsɛ ɔde toɔ no ka kyerɛ sɛ no mɛmfa adeɛ no ɛhwɛ sɛ wobɛfa adeɛ no ɛnti wɔse saa tam no ɔnyae a na kɔde Fiorentino Perez bɛkɔ akɔdi nkɔmmɔ ana afei so saa tam so na ne tim ɛnso ɔma ne kyɛ ne nti no ayɛ sɛ sɛbe wakɔdi bɔne na ɔhu deɛ ɔnyɛ ɛnti ɔka ma obi atayɛ sɛ ɛka ketewa bi ankama ne bɔbɔ kɔ na nkɔkɔ akɔsi akan ɛnso deɛ mama ɛne yɛ report aba na Lionel Messi nkɔmmɔ kakɔ a mɛte ɛyɛ sɛ kɔ ne resɛnse no wɔne no adi nkɔmmɔ ɔne deal ɔne Inter Miami bɔbɔ kɔ no ɛnso bɛwura mu yɛse nkɔmmɔdi da ka ketewa bi na kyɛ sɛ wɔn nso ahwɛ awiawia no ɛyɛ reporter ɛfɛ aberante no akate de bampagye o Harry Maguire obiara nkasa asɛm Harry Maguire na ɛbɛkasa asɛm wei Harry Maguire se coach ne system na ɛyɛ pa players ne na nte aseɛ wɔno ɔsɛ ɛyɛ simple ɛyɛ system ɔno sɛ wate aseɛ simple koraa Amorim system but Harry Maguire se ne bɔ nyɛ den ɛyɛ gya sɛ ɛmu yɛ a little bit different from their club bia ɛyɛ kɛkɛ nti ɛyɛ down to the players so ɔmbɛte system na sɛ nti ɔneɛ ɔhu sɛ system na Amorim bɔ ne problem bi anim ɛno yɛ Harry Maguire ɛkɔbɛ kakɔ de to dwa ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so na ɛno ne ɛkɔbi sa Amorim ankasa sɛ na wo system yi wobɛsese no anaa sɛ yɛnyɛ ne dɛ no so me system deɛ no ɔse ne system deɛ sɛdeɛ tam bia waka no ɔno na ɔyɛ responsible for ɛyɛ ne system no ɔse ne system no deɛ ɛno na ɛma ne football yɛ ne football ɛnti so ɔsɛ sɛ Amorim system deɛ ne ne system no na mpo sɛ bio so Pope kora bɛka kyɛn sɛ ɔnse sɛ ɛyɛ ne system no ɔnse sɛ nda na kyɛ sɛ akɔ ɔsuo nyame ɛnti ɛne yɛ deɛ Amorim ɛde ɛba wɔ dwumadeɛ so ane ɛbisa sɛ na sɛnea ayɛ Manchester ɛnea wonkyɛ hɔ no ɔsɛ hwɛ wo se menkyɛ na ano dɔ ɔmo ma me contract o sɛ sɛ ɛde Cliff na ano dɛ meeting a ɔne me yɛ no wama me contract akyɛ sɛ mehwɛ ne ma hwɛ project no ane ɛbisa sɛ na project no bɛtumi ayɛ no sɛ Manchester United gidi yie paa sɛ project no ɔmo yɛ no ɔno Amorim ana ɔbɛtumi ayɛ project no adeɛ ama ɔmo nti ɔno egu so ɔne Manchester United ɛdi nkɔmɔ sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔbɛhwɛ na ɔno so atumi asan contract no ane ɛbisa sɛ Ganato ba na ɔbɛyi kwan bɛɛ na abɛfa sɛ ɔbɛstɔpe na ɔsɛ ɔno ɔnwene player hɔ ne team na ɔfocus wɔ ho kwan ɔbɛfa sɛ ɔbɛtumi ɛnso yɛbɔwie na sɛ player bi ayɛ adeɛ a ɛne ɛnyɛ adeɛ sɛ ɛyɛ n'asɛm na opponent krampo deɛ ɔnkɔdwe ne player ho nyɛ dɛ ɔno deɛ ɔhɛ sɛ ɔbɛfocus na afei wɔatumi awini against Chelsea ɛne yɛ nkɔbɛ kakɔ a yɛto dwa ɛwɔ dwumadeɛ so ɔnhwɛ ma ɛska yɛkɔbisa sɛ akoda no ɔbɛstate anaasɛ Ganato ɛstate ana ɔso sɛ Ganato bɛstate a ɛsɛ ɔmu bisa aberante no ankasa na ɔmo ɛsɛ wɔayɛ ready sɛn na ofili sɛ against Manchester United ne parent club no wɔbɛtumi ne ɔmo abɔ anaasɛ bi a wɔntumi ɛnso ɛne ɔmo mbɛ no ana kyɛ so wɔbɛtumi decide ansa na wɔmɛstate no ɔmo nso atumi astate no ɛno ɛyɛ reporter ɛba bɛkɔ na yɛkɔ Chelsea wɔmo nkrataa ɛyɛ ɔmo de ba abɔnten Monday wansɛ yɛ a ɔmo yɛ Flyers yɛhwɛ so a Ganato na ɛda so na that means sɛ ne ɔbɛstate game ɛnso ɛde ama ɛyɛ Chelsea ɛyɛ bɔbɔ kɔda ne yɛ reporter ɛto dwa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadeɛ so
okay nti yɛmfiri Chelsea na yɛntoa so no afei yɛmfa stories ne bi ɛma tiefoɔ nyina ɛwɔ show no so live on Nhyira 104.5 FM na yɛkɔ Liverpool na ɔnsɛ this Liverpool team no wɔn yɛ team a wɔn tan hyɛ last minute goal na Andra manager fɛ sɛ Ancelot ne pre-match press conference a ɛba so no nsɛntwɛni baako ekubisa Ancelot sɛ wohwɛ Liverpool team na ɛm sɛ ɛkame yɛ sɛ wobɛwini game a last minute goal ɛna mo hyɛ ansa na Liverpool team no atumi awini matches na Ancelot si amfa to obi anim sɛ ɔmo ɛkɔnsɛne ɔmo yie paa na ɔmo gu so ɔmo di nkɔn ɛwɔ akyire wɔn ɛdwe ho ɛkwan a Liverpool team no wɔn bɛfa so awini matches na wɔn independent ɛwɔ last minute goals na ogyidie paa sɛ yɛ start game na sɛ wohyɛ 2-0 a ɛho hia sɛ yɛbɛwie game na wobɛpere ho na wɔanya goal bi ade awini game no enti ogyidie paa sɛ team from Liverpool wɔn bɔ sɛ dɛ ɔmo bɔ na mentally ɛna physically ebia yɛndu league ni fifi na ɔmo abrɛ enti ɔmo gu so ɔmo yɛ ho adwuma ɛno ɛyɛ ɔpani afɛn sɛ Ancelot kakra ɔde to dwa ɛna no pɛ yɛde wo nsɛm ɛma tiefo nyina ɛwɔ show no so afɛ yɛnkɔ team from sɛ FC Barcelona na mame bansa ɔmo sporting director wɔpani afɛn sɛ Anderson de Sousa dodo na afɛn Deco wɔn ɛna sporting director ɛde ma team from sɛ FC Barcelona na sɛ Barca fo ayɛ ne sɛ ɔmo players na bon ɔmo ni bɔ na ɔmo yɛ important players ɛde ma team a yɛ from sɛ Barca no wɔn mo extend obi a contract ɛde ama no na sɛ player ɛdo no so ɛyɛ aberante afɛn sɛ Frankie de Jong na Frankie de Jong de nyame nukurani akwa ne ball pa na no ɛwɔ St James Park wɔne Pedri ball ne nyɛ yize eti Barca fo no gidie pa sɛ ɔmo team no sɛ ɛbɛyɛ kama ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo stand aberante afɛn sɛ Frankie de Jong contract ɛde ma no na Andra Deco ɛyɛ interview na sɛ yɛbusan sɛ aberante afɛn sɛ Frankie de Jong ɛnyɛ bia no dabɛy ɛna mo extend ne contract ɛde ama no na according to Barca sporting director Deco wɔse yɛmfa to obi anim sɛ nkɔmmɔdie no ɛkɔ kama na ɔgyidie pa sɛ ntoma reach agreement omone Abrante first Frankie Dion na Frankie Dion oba Barca Abrante nani Japan eti obeste wonko bia contract in the obeste and Edema Barca eno Deco kakra di tuja on Abrante a je first Frankie Dion na no pay no yere won some MTF for na e show no so eno chi Abrante first Robert Lewandowski one so enchana no contract e bena we e tima je from say FC Barcelona na Deco say yemfa to obi anim say Lewandowski die ne die MC situation is different esan say Lewandowski aside say we important player Edema tima je from say FC Barcelona no ni age no e osoro make us say Robert Lewandowski when you 37 years eti according to Deco was say yemfa to obi anim say e be depend on Abrante first say Robert Lewandowski go Felice born also about Edema Barca say o desire say Osina ka Edema Barca and the omo contract na say Robert Lewandowski contract on many year after year Edema no enti say dia this year obo na ne money bo so ania no man standing contract 1 year Edema no and no ayo penny first say Deco andra on Robert Lewandowski and on the sansem atuja na on say Barca any team from say Villarreal yeri can be store Edema say Gomala Liga game e ba so on person game no womo bon Hard Rock Stadium Miami United States of America na sagima beba so on say ama speculations as I say eba ebi mu gidie pan say edienti na league game e wo say yakobo no obi man so na Andra Deco say yemfa to obi anim say we enya de nwa kra esa say yenya Spanish Super Cup game yakobo bi Saudi Arabia eti we enya anything different na e wo man say we La Liga game na oya we pan say you supporters ni bua enko ombenya nka game e wo say bono Spain nemom ogidie pan say football apart from bona yebo pitch no sikasem so asabam enti also mukopeska enti ondi wotimi kashe nemum de besi bia no woni obia ya adwen eno Deco kakra de atu dwana no peyere wonsem ematefo nyina e show no so na Deco say uye Barca supporter Jemfa to him say mu coach na fene say Flake we modern day coach na coach ni woni madwuma pa omunim coach no since the days out by Munchen and wachi okwa German national team omum study no eti manager no there obi an say go attacking football with different philosophy the philosophy no e good eno na aboa Barca ekoso eti Deco gidie pa say opinion fans Flake dey am say go betena over 10 years so we boni see there oni ba bia ko eno Barca sporting director first Deco and at the Sansem to Janano Pino. Yet won some MTF for El Shono so now Pedro Gonzalez Lopez. Do not find Pedri. Hey, Bo Penny. When you Bobopa, now Pedri Andra, what interview Pedri say. Young for two BNM says Uti TV. Now Ocean Liverpool, almost central defender Van Dijk, who say or abroad was soon. Uti an attacking Ebeya. No, say only need pitch no so airbody Jai. Why a big was soon by Trewa Eddie Nebo only nebo Ayapa. Now, or sit Nations League game a battle between Spain and Omaya from the Netherlands, who say Ampa, I ran to first a Virgil van Dijk and Kofokase, where best defender no born when Bopa. Now, or sending ya Anunti and a ma only a ran to first. Virgil van Dijk eboba eyana eyano eno Pedri kakra ensam kakra goria to join no payere wonsam ematefo nya e o show no so na yese okola liga no ma yese Barca fo no em say academy boys now esan say Barca yese La Liga no omu register 23 players na 23 players a team ye from say Barca e register no emu 13 efri La Masia e che say Barca fo ndi omu moka o omu fa ankura ni free asiona omu tete omu no ma be adwuma kama eno achi wokwa Real Madrid 25 players omu register no emu 18 foreigners na say Madrid fo ndi tona na also moto enti omu academy fanya wehe eno kakra efuo be na no payere won se matefo nya e show no so na migusu awa Real Madrid say mandefo no gidie pass omo center defense wono em say players omo tepra enti also omo recruitment nyame aduma 2026 summer na player ba ko mandefo no edi na chipa Arsenal omo center defender na fa William Saliba na mandefo no gidie pass omo nya Saliba bibia ma kama edi amom eno achi Saliba according to mandefo no omo say o suit omo transfer policy esan a boy or a highly experienced and which or 24 years I just say the age from Etomunya Saliba gomo pen and which Abrante first Ibrahim Konate one also remedy for any to Omunya Abrante first Ibrahim Konata bibia kama ade moment na pere wonsem ematiofonya el shows na Richard yedi besinemum je te say mandefo no omumani jefen say Jabi Alonso ese yamfa to Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo goes and him say sa left wing position no enye obi adea. Hey, Mbappe ma unu emre pa o. Enye izo we say last 2 seasons. Now you kind of best player we are here. na abrante am the fence Vinicius Junior nemom Jabi Alonso say Vinicius Junior say ne mo de bona ba form enti left wing go no ontimi enfama no ontimi guarantee say on never bo
ba say o andi o gitum say Vinicius Junior what they perform so unim
no form de what they
pay enti I mean e be right say we coach ono any Rodrigo no be mo machabo
sir
yeah I say Vinicius wa ba form
but I say o yana say the form de be bad because obi obo no oba mo obi an so bo no ni bo enti the form na ba form
no e be so na team de if you say okay the position no as a was cement no
and the bonafide property
ne di anti so onya de kra e de an no an be manabo but so man competition we so okay now the position na first me feel say was cement enya me dia bi I need to fight that
on say ideally the position e won Mbappe bo
sure
and so
and as I say Mbappe no ball na o ball
and Mbappe no dem say o matu no fu say on say Ronaldo no o winger
yeah
and o convert ba center forward and omone ne kasa na na be say 9 obebo no obo 9 so of course will deliver and Mbappe no say left wing go kra de onya le odwun bi mu but me ade ba ko ham ne say Vinicius Junior I'm so be 24 years and Rodrigo be 23 so what I say and say will be all 24 years now the last 2 seasons one and the best player now okay say we be check on a minute am Rodrigo e ba sa there be
you see and me person be can be because of say sometimes you fair to the coaches how many players in training what I say there are certain issues and information I mean no yet here you're privy to so until yema coach no the benefit of the doubt na onyene juma so onyene juma na
question marks be say asiaba abra mo man ko yi Madrid
and the coach na sem okay coach no it is said you to chacha wo e fa ye bebu abaso am fa ye bebu achi what I say decision now take it is and say fa obi ababu na abaso am fan so ahead ya minim say am for be kan wa senti and yedase one Apprentice friend say Gabi the foreigner edamase say modien akọ amanene etie for no ndo anya abo yen kwana fe yen start to preview no emfa emamesamo and then start with prediction especially with the 2 big games at this weekend Barcelona first one Manchester United and Chelsea obetimi do prediction abase see na yenka ma ukranza na Kofi enso awram Samson Ochina Arsenal and Man City and so baba so Kofi okay da ma me mo akwa bakra na good morning
Please Pastor, good morning
Pastor na what to say
nyame adom na so
oh nyame adom bibia fine EP officials no I don't know nkofo yi as a week bia mbetra me kan de o mti sha de no we dey hew yanya a weekend the first match you better TV chair arena at the Merseyside derby.
Yeah.
Liverpool Everton.
Yeah.
You are and you Manchester United versus Chelsea. And you 4:30. And Sano China 3:30 no. Yanya Arsenal and Man City. Master and an Apprentice. Fishers and one thing. As uncle for no fishes show
with the children
papa and I'm said this weekend it's not TV chia your games of course Real Madrid Espanyol another game and be the Barcelona Getafe Oko Syria no so Inter Sassuolo Udine AC Milan Hellas Verona Juve Germany Hoffenheim Bayern Munich, my masters no. I'm so about a Hoffenheim tea. As this weekend, the games in the more
yeah, masters.
I say some masters no.
Yeah, yes.
Obi short Trevor na Kofi. Or Charles and your level no. He's a big boy.
Your boy Paris Saint-Germain Trizo. Who's here Yana now?
Kofi Jai.
Who's here Yana now?
And no Paris Saint-Germain again a chum.
But no you do only now here Yana now. We are going to the village we mobile.
Man kabida.
Okay, we see that. The atmosphere no hoshi. Okay.
Nazana hoshi. Oh no.
Yes, we buy me now. Oh you.
That games we dey do no boy.
Wow, here.
You say baby aboko there.
Rich, na da mama me
Okay.
Ana na say me suban boni bi na me aje say meeting say free home.
Okay.
Ana usually in the night, if me phone na be bibia. Me amekan, me amehwe bibia na dey tie. Tell me me hate TV. Enti ebi wa no say me da. Rich, meeting at na phone so number 1. And then me go check him screen time. Na me yam crash me.
If you mic in say na me hade.
Man,
I think that would be fine.
Me go check him screen time. Rich.
Screen times the cost will be bright.
Yeah, no good.
And you're good for one.
Yeah. And I mean yes okay.
You need to manage your screen time.
Yeah, I need to work on my screen. Because you can't say you can own the year.
Yeah.
See, for the past few days, I'm able to put my phone aside.
Okay.
Now, no credit say I no pay. Now, mini vehicle I'm the bedjuma. See, me catch example so on Regi company car me. Me so me dana offer me the aja kubwa. Se phone in dama so han and dama boss one. Ebu azando ba me office ma fe mada. Ti me popure uza. Asan e bi an kramana bu ma san meti asori.
Wow.
And last night me yen am so okay. Mami kita phone ka Canadian di be du ahwache obe frɛ me. Phone kita me say that me got to a Cabaneza video CB. Ya me na. Ekobo me say me sorry 5 me sorry 5. Ti me say wo mo pa mami na. The phone you me nyan to check kakra. Na ha me apart from that.
Me obi am nantem.
Yeah.
But me manage my screen time pa. Your doctor be catch him say so what the shang be bra it's not good for your eye.
Yeah, it's not good.
Auntie.
Not good.
I try to manage it. And yes, me down me die crana. I just say the baby. Now I relax a kakra. It's good.
In a digital age, rich. Now this weekend, you know you see. You
ever said deep in roots in the house? And what to? Now we're drinking home. A bansan of coffee shay. Oh, Ratinami.
Is an idea of massage.
Ratinami. Ever subway guiding him.
Maresca, so, and there's a Maresca symptom. There is the coupon, my neighbor is the symptom. I said, what day? Not some Monday holiday. Master Bedva.
Oh, so someone to me, dear.
There's a moose who grab a Bedva. Hey, and a moose who are about to protest in Bedva.
Someone said, yeah. And some cool program man, I'm catching them. Yeah, a second. But they say, Kim, that's how grand down Jagaza.
Only fast.
Only 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock. Pepe. On sorry, name at Tenassi. Now, if you know, but go be young said 10-5.
Oh, yeah.
And started discussions.
And then like we do, so excuse me, let me put this down. We will not do so much of Kasabebre. I'll try to analyze the games and then how I'm enjoying the games in the call. They will go on with it. But let me announce to a TF was it, and now you need 4 quotes out of the 5. And it means that throughout the month, and you're 1 day pay. Every day of the month, we've been successful. And as it stands now, we still not joined the train in picking up quotes whilst on Nhyira passports there. Then I don't know what you are waiting for. Which, like you said, I didn't even know that there was going to be the Merseyside derby until Anopawe. Me see my quick research on the games that are going to come on, and I found out your early kickoff 11:30 means that somewhere around an hour from now, no, Liverpool at Nefi Everton. Which, as the season started, and as Snot has gotten the last laugh in almost every game our ball, because no matter how difficult it gets for him, his team manages to get the result at the end of the day. Obo against Bournemouth in the first game, they were playing well, led by 2-0. Then 2 quick fire and trying Semenyo goals, turn the game on its head. But Liverpool managed to find an equalizer from a Federico Chiesa goal, which is a very good one for them. Then you go away to go and play against Newcastle. At the dying members of the game, you want to say, okay, every crown, a certain Rio in Gomorrah comes from the bench and it turns the game in favor of team friend in Liverpool. They play at Arsenal in the 80th plus minute. A singular free kick from the feet of our branch friend Dominico Szoboszlai makes the difference. Then they go away to Burnley in a rather difficult game at the 10th more. Oh my! In fact, make I say again, I may drive out to you. And I say, oh, Liverpool, let me tweet it because I know it will happen. Me tweet it and check. Me go do via someone about branch friend Hannibal Mejbrinsa, and it's a penalty. Mohamed Salah from that spot, he get a job done. Which it didn't happen only in the English Premier League, but also this week in the Champions League against Atletico de Madrid, it took a last-minute goal for Apprentice of Virgil van Dijk to make the difference for team friend in Liverpool. So it is clear, say Liverpool for yes, it is good and not so good at the same time because every game now be team right there. Me person my friend a lack, but be team right there, so chances need to be able to score the goal at the late part of the game. Liverpool have to kill off games early. But also, it's a mark of champions. So, matches are you stay in it as long as possible and then get a result.
A mentality.
It's a mentality thing.
And says I'm hearing Liverpool games are. What's that? Over Tama Liverpool shares some motor players.
Yeah.
Ayala Rizia the end. Now Liverpool for an interest. So look, they are buying players, but man Liverpool for new rent say. Among Milford, there's a problem, and then defense is Amo augmenting the kaka at least 1 or 2 players be almost more do make him and clearly yes, like you said, the multi-billion question is for how long and a Liverpool bet me right on that last minute goal near the winning. I know it's good, mentally it's good for the players because so Liverpool now could share players and show me team say it's a referee born not benya still and we can win the game. It's good for the team, but I think that Liverpool as a team, midfield and then the defense, augmenting the kakan. They should look at it. Jomo game against Atletico Madrid. I think there 4-5 minutes, 2-0. Yeah. Obian himself Liverpool killing game.
But say somebody who agrees with you can say that it's not simply down to defense and as a midfield. And Nhyira make us say if you look at that 2 quick fire goals now Laurenti sharing against Liverpool in the Champions League, I think it came from a lack of the press. And for me, I think the Liverpool full problem starts with what Florian Wirtz gives them without the ball. I think that's where it starts from. Okay, last season, it was the same midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, McAllister, sometimes even Endo Ouattara. But the job of Dominico Szoboszlai as a number 10 without the ball was integral. And in my own analysis, yes, but we've also spoken of the work created output of a better friend Dominico Szoboszlai. He works hard to win the ball back for you. Now, for the counter pressure, now Florian Wirtz doesn't really have that number 10 of the ball attributes of the English Premier League. Ushe team is Arsenal. Arsenal fans have been very critical of Apprentice friend Martin Odegaard, because they speak about the fact that Odegaard last season did not contribute to more goals and assists. But Mikel Arteta is keen on Odegaard because the off the ball leading of the press is important for him. And it's a characteristic that you need in the modern day number 10 in the English game because of how transitional the game is. When we need more in Tema, Asamoto. When we need a counter pressing Tema, you are in trouble. So how do you put on structures to do that? I think that is where Liverpool have an issue. For me, those ones were from that role of Florian Wirtz in that positional play of Yerini Boring entrance to Orm. Again, which I do agree to a large extent. Say Liverpool made for a sting. And I think I've also mentioned it. Also, not so much the defense, but for me, in my opinion, the midfield is slightly thing. Okay. Liverpool have been totally dominant in Merseyside derbies in a long time. You see how one side affair. It doesn't even look like a derby. But Rich, if there is ever any Merseyside derby in recent times, that is going to push Liverpool to the warrants this one. And I'll tell you why. Let's enjoy it. First one, Rich, Everton are being coached by somebody who is Scottish, but then true and true identifies himself as part of the blue side of Merseyside. And you see, Apprentice friend David Moyes understands that Everton need to in fact, the best successes as a coach has come at that side of coaching football. Now, who share the list of times that Merseyside derbies yaba. The best ones now, Everton for success now. One man is consistent in their branch friend David Moyes, who is coach of the team today. And they started the season in a good way. Stable, new stadium, playing good football, brought in 2 midfielders that look to have transformed their team in the attack.
Jack
Grealish, in terms of providing the quality play of creating chances, and also a branch friend, Kenan Dewsbury from Chelsea, who is a CM that connects the defense or the lower part of the midfield to the attack. And why very instrumental for team my friend Everton since they're in. There is a boy called Eleman Ndiaye, Senegalese international. Whatever quality you can get from any player in the world, you get it from Ndiaye. He is quality on and off the ball, and he can hit them. And Everton for have maintained the quality of James Tarkowski, Gerard Braithwaite in defense, and they've also added a branch here friend of Beto at centre forward. So it's a team that is good, but it has not changed or affect the quality of Liverpool either. So Everton also more a good team to play today in the Merseyside derby. Liverpool are even better. If you look at Alexander Isak in that game against Atletico de Madrid, you probably would have understand why Arne Slot was keen on bringing a branch here to the team. And the difference between Ono and Ekiti can say, yen drop him babo, yen peel off him call left, yen general house space, he is a proper finisher, a much more gunman and a clinical center forward than a branch friend Ekitike. Now, Utie and a Slot in the last few days on the 2 center forwards now. Or say, if both of them are in the best form of their life, then you can consider more to play them together. But it is quite clear that we have a certain structure of 4-3-3. So, and it's not to say, like I've said here, one of the ways you can play Ekitike and Isak is in the 4-4-2. And that means you give something away. Are you willing to let Salah do the defensive job? You don't want that now. So, the 4-3-3 structure is the best. So, either you drop one of them and play. I think it's a game where Alexander Isak will get a chance at staying in it. Which, my money is on Everton double chance.
That is good.
Yeah, my money is on Everton double chance. And come and quote no there because the personal thing that I feel. It's my fan quote, but my money is on Everton double chance.
Me call for Liverpool.
Me call Liverpool straight in. And that is also a very, very good choice. Which after Liverpool game, obviously there's going to be Brighton and Hove Albion playing against Tottenham Hotspur. Brighton, Nefi, Ache and Tottenham Hotspur. We know how good Thomas Frank has been as a team. And the team, they are playing well. They are scoring. They are defending solidly well. Almost English Premier League table. So after this, the only loss that they had, they've won almost all of games. No matter. Whilst Fabian Hezler had struggled a little bit when he goes away from home, he's returning home. So it's a good game for investors. That Omni say game will be open and you get a couple of. I think an over 1.5 is the surest bet. But to open value for money, I think you should go for both teams to score in team my friend of Brighton and Hove Albion. Any Tottenham Hotspur. Now Burnley stay at home last weekend. Omni hearts broken by Liverpool for coming to Turf Moor to head them. This time it is Ange Postecoglou Tottenham Hotspur side, which Ange waits my head, man. He has to transform the Nottingham Forest side, and the squad in Nottingham Forest doesn't fit Ange Bolo. And you know Espirito Santo transitional football, and Ange has to find a way to get results. Anthony Elenga caught. They have the big Milankovic, Mone Mirelemu, they use Chris Wood as the holder player to go long onto him. Is that what they want to do? Utie Anja. Or say Nkofo don't give him credit for being dynamic. Or no, so it was a standing Sano. And he's willing to adapt to this. Which away at Belly, I think Belly gets something out of this.
That is the only thing I saw here.
Yeah.
Because team no man in pre-season.
Yeah.
Players no cry for instead of any more.
Yeah.
And see, on one bisa boys and gain na mo me ya. Mwe okay.
Yeah.
Or be able to stick it to the previous.
Yeah.
Coach in here maybe and now what to keep kakra.
Yeah.
So that a bit to be affected to your system no.
Which
almost situation
yeah. London Derby, West Ham United versus Crystal Palace. Is it the last game for Graham Potter? Because we've spoken of your friend is saying Crystal Palace, Oliver Glasner.
Oh yeah, Juma.
Yeah, and the quality no kita and look at the team. And you know, I didn't come with Oliver Glasner and say some smaller mid-table teams be one man. only teams are Cassiane Ban with Timibo. Bolivar Glasner as a sunny Sano against the middle table and smaller teams.
Sure.
And then Osanson boys the three back against the big boys. In this game, I'll talk about Western United. Oh, but Rebacco. Oh, but Tarek Nixon, Ball Lecroix, and Mosa Plus. No, he'll play Gay, add Lecroix to him, or maybe Anderson as the 4 and 5. No, about Tarek Nixon on the other side. Then he will unleash the attack of Daichi Kamada, Ismail Sarr, and Jean-Philippe Mateta. Then in the middle of the park, he will play a ball playing. Wikina, Eddie Pedri, ne Frankie Yoko. And we could be out Twitter since England for pa. On number 6, or Pedri, ne Frankie Yoko, borrow. You know, Crystal Palace will have that boy, Adam Watson, but he's not on the level of Pedri. But of course, he's the mode of that. Antonio Conte, Thomas Tuchel, also Fred Anderson, also into the English Premier League. I also in that mode.
Number 64 now. I'm just doing Spain.
Because the English,
some extent, they be Portugal.
Yeah, because the English don't produce that kind of. Almost system, they don't play that kind of.
Premier League, no, kick and run.
Yeah. But
you're born here,
exactly. But in America, two players that play like that almost need the same level. No? That's what I'm saying. But players that play as the same profile, hey, Adam Watson. If you watch him, you can see that he's good. And Anderson, maybe with time, almost teams are bigger, will be able to pay keen attention.
I doubt how this West Ham team be Crystal Palace.
West Ham will feel.
Kofi,
so Crystal Palace will go and beat them again.
It be a draw. Wow. Liverpool Glasner team now,
yeah,
they are very strong.
The last time I
against Liverpool, Chelsea, and the other games on ball. And against West Ham, Notorium, yeah. No more analysis about the game after Omobo game. And so we panic no biasa man no can. So every time Grand Porter about far West Ham.
Yeah.
And it's a West Ham players lead the park and so boba. A single change. On team developing player bia.
Me man just said that why West Ham United sacked David Moyes. Up to today, even to go and take William Lopetegui, I did never understood.
Maybe a Jumana no Brighton.
One Lopetegui.
No, I make a Grand Porter.
And I make an only can sack Moyes from Kofa Lopetegui and sign a Porter.
And I make say, Ebi amushe Jumana no Brighton before I'm
no. But I can say. They didn't have to sack Moyes to go and bring Lopetegui and sign Makoshem. They put a Jumoya or Brighton. This is what I make an answer. So I didn't understand why they let him go. But of course, this is a game that's going to be very interesting.
You had a big game.
Chelsea come to Old Trafford. You see, this is a fixture that is the most drawn game ever English Premier League in them. 27 times. And a match you about draw. See, about game where we not say ending a draw, will not be surprised because statistically it points to that. And the most of the 27 times now have been drawn at Old Trafford. It's the last season, Chelsea we need back draw. Chelsea share Manchester United will Stamford Bridge 1-0, but drew 1-1 not under Ruben Amorim, but of course under Ruud van Nistelrooy 1-1. United can share and Sana Moises Kai said Ubabeti Kanamana 1-1. 14 times. The game has drawn at Old Trafford. In fact, before the game started drawn and saying, oh, Old Trafford, no. Now they be a Chelsea back Manchester or Old Trafford, Manchester Channel. It's like, oh, before they started drawn. Now they be a Chelsea back Manchester or Channel. I remember it start from Frank James Lampard time. Obeji Chelsea, Juma first one. It was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And James was the manager of Chelsea at the time. First game, Okafor Tammy Abraham the ball 4-3-3, which it was a drubbing of 4-1 Manchester United at Old Trafford. Into Chelsea have suffered. In fact, since 2013, Chelsea have not won away at Manchester United. But let me tell you something. Today is the time. And then whatever happens, Manchester United will lose this game. And if you want to take it from me, take it from me. If you don't want to, we'll come back, God willing, on Monday or on Tuesday at most. Tactically, this game is similar to what Manchester United plays against Tima, your friend, Manchester City. Why do I say this? So I kind of analysis against Man City. As soon as I catch you on say, as long as the game is on, Manchester United has a chance. Give me employer, and that is how Manchester United won all. against teams that play attacking, paper, playing up from the back. No matter what you do, big games, no. Manchester United always has a chance until Japan. And to watch the 2 games that Manchester United about, one against Arsenal, but when your results. No. Then they played against Manchester City, which is a total drab. At the polar opposite ends of the conversation. But you saw power result. The other one you saw a total drubbing for Manchester United and the quality that they come with. So it tells you that if Manchester United are playing games like the last time they can't data, Manchester United had created the most chances in the English Premier League after first 3 games. You can see that in that data, it is because Manchester United, most of their attack has been very transitional. Who attacking ball nicely? People say ball you can't go United anymore. They go long and they have the outlets. They have Brian Mbeumo, they have Benjamin Sesko, they have Matthias Cunha to constantly hold up the ball. And now Amorim say Matthias Cunha is willing to play. Enzo Maresca will try to mimic the style of Ruben Amorim in this game. Babel tries to ball the 4-3-3 and that will come and look like a 3 at the back for Ruben Amorim. It's about 4-3-3 to start. But then either of I'm thinking it's going to be a better friend Marco Crea or Rhys James will come inverted because Manchester United will start with a nominal 3 at the back, which means that 3 at the back number one. When you have 2 midfielders, I say the best thing that Manchester City did in this game was to win the numerical battle in the middle of the park. And it's Bernardo Silva as a half number 11, number 7, but constantly Bernardo Silva been 15. And then the hard working rate of our Brentford friend Tijani Reinders and our Brentford friend Foden dominated. To the extent that after the game, our Brentford friend Bruno Fernandes came out and said, if you want to no shoot battles because you were outnumbered. Enzo Maresca is too fixated on the last line. It's United won the fight with Chianoma. What Enzo Maresca will try to do is that he would want to overload the last line into being inverted. We want a United out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What Chelsea would want to do is that overloading the last line with a +1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then add 1 and make it 6. So you will be to stretch it. Into Utia Ruben Amorim in the pre-match press conference. Amorim will say he knows how Enzo Maresca wants to play. Enzo Maresca did be an extra player in the box. Now, Rich, this is where the problem is. Granted that even Manchester United bring 2 more players to come and press her, it means that Chelsea will be left with 1 player alone centrally. The advantage United is this. When Chelsea are fixated to go and overload the last line with 6v5, it will be left with the transitional threat of United. So Chelsea and counter press no one exerting any form of control or matching, and that is what Man City did well. And into the City, there was no way United were going to have a chance.
It's because Kofi, what about the country teams in the boy or midfield? To see, I can say, yes, and it's Bruno fit at the young or you play. But why not your pen with Bruno, Kobe Mino, Ugat, and Casemiro?
But me say Bruno and Casa a problem in that system. Bruno number 8. Bruno number 6.
But Eddie on one about.
No, fine. I don't have a problem. What I'm saying is that in that system, if you want to play 2 midfielders, it is not Bruno and whoever.
So it is
that are willing to work hard. I'm saying Bruno has matched several times. Medina Bruno has several times. I've tweeted it. I've matured on Facebook several times. Say Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United should have taken the money from Saudi Arabia. Let him go. Because it's number 6 and number 8 and 6 now. Bruno Nyajuma without the ball. And my fear is that somebody become Bruno South me to pass or to her Emma in Buemo. And we know United create these chances. Kunyama. So it doesn't make it just in Buemo. It is Kunya in Buemo. Says code. Yes, also quality. Who can hold up the ball? That is my big analysis of Chelsea versus Manchester United. So Obi are worried about how Chelsea may lose the game, and it's because of this. United has a good chance. And there's also clear chance of Chelsea totally dominating the ball to hold up and get a job done. At the end of the day, Enzo Maresca knows he has to win this. I think, say Chelsea for Nebeshe, because they'll be able to exert more control on the ball, hold on to the ball, pin United back, and whoever scores the first goal, I doubt the other person will be able to turn it around. At best, it may end up being a goal. Say Chelsea share first goal, it's a straight Chelsea win. Say United share first goal, maybe at best it can get to a draw. But that is how I think it's going to look like. Oh, only has to sign information. Opama, new Pope, friend is it? Also, more Fredo Cracker.
On all the say Francis and other.
The video only France may finish the crack.
I Francis in the woo, yeah, I think
Francis in the film.
Only a film. But me on a more serious note, also me, I mean, we're crossing the America. We'll be in Manchester. And I love that tag now with the man, underdogs. Me pay.
Moon underdogs. One is underdogs. Oh, yeah. The amount tago. One amount tag.
One in you say.
Any of your movie. Moon underdogs. Yeah, 2 hours was the underdog. You know, Bonnie Asha.
Born yet. It is there they are player for player quality more ahead of us. More team bibia, coaching are very good. Yeah, game now have a bonnet. And you have a tactics.
More tactics. No. And then what you for?
A mentality.
As a mentality in chain.
You ever catch their boys and say, game now have Cobono. This is Chelsea. You need so many born about chain. If you allow them to play, you a moment you just take it. And idea about Copa me bomb and say, players will be right, both extrinsic and then intrinsic motivation to play this game. And you brought Fukofi. Game no. Yeah, you say, you ain't even a moment. I mean, United need be any.
But Mamba said, saying,
that's it. Okay. This is a game as you bet me as a pigeon who be in Chelsea season. Let me shoot Chelsea.
Yes, a woman to Chelsea, a young crowd crack. I will know my side.
Because we are talking about United Akufi. Even your head coach, sorry, you already any head. Your number one goalkeeper. Anyway. Yes, we this a similes
binder and similar mess the better.
Women that go post to Manchester United. That's the love why I drew. It's a game now, you know, say yes, Chelsea is favorite. And you tell I had just another tag, the Adja to come. And a bit more pressure on the Bible game, the Baba form. What I say? And a bit more Bobona in a moment, I try. And when you just say, Kuna is back. That guy trusts him so much. Yeah, me so unyani day na on the groove no man. Obeti me mind what we want. And then me say Benjamin says me say no. So Bruno 2 pass.
And now Kunya about the song started.
Oh, yeah babono.
Best started.
Ah, yeah babono. You 2 pass and man me say no. Onya aduma no man. Na nkofo yi. Nyame aduma Monday.
Ntina wo prediction dey.
Oh, game no Exalted draw be likely.
Because who the money are drawing the big Johnny say,
yeah, perceive.
But we are drawing the big Johnny
on the face of the pinch it though.
Yeah, who
likely draw.
But we are drawing the way
likely draw.
Which the Master versus Apprentice derby goes on Yami Admochina. Now. Has Pep reinvented himself and rejuvenated the team?
Kakra.
Because media
too early.
Maybe I just want to mention Napoli game review because of Antonio Conte. Me sure Barcelona match like a credit Napoli versus Manchester City. Rich, until that red card, and again, until then, Napoli were comfortable playing against Man City. It was the Antonio
Conte. I pop when the
Leo we are probably me that's it. Yeah. The body burn and that's it. Pa. Me receive I wasn't sure. Me say my dinner.
I say Roman so no down.
I'm a Catholic. That is I got to put me sure me diocese me suffer now.
Me until me busa some patch work jai.
Patch me nyai. And then you say me coverage almost.
Okay. But I say Publio it you on paper we disappointed.
Say me. Say me short we go body ni ntia. We say o ka o to me for Francis. Na say senior.
Say me to am ka say Francis ko. Yemre.
Mi jaw mi duwenti akiri ni akoko Francis.
Abi tiate. Go.
Because when I saw the game against Napoli,
okay,
I had questions. Questions in the sense that say only Napoli bar. Napoli were good. That midfield was a solid one until the red card. So I'm still not convinced about Pep Guardiola and his team being back. I mean, Manchester United winning against them is nothing. Me, up to today, I've never been convinced about Gianluigi Donnarumma. I test data. I'm still not. We'll be patient with time. Donnarumma's issues will come because even in the game against Napoli, I saw a Gianluigi Donnarumma until the red card again. With time, I'll come back to it. It's in I'll put it there because Donnarumma is there. Which I think what wins this game is verticality. And Pep say, "Sir, 5-1 or Lucy here to Arsenal last season." You know, it was because his players were playing like under 14 for. And until they say the team no more boss, and they have to do better this time. Which you see, there are certain teams on your top where we are here. They have certain players that can bail them out. But Arsenal is a different beast altogether. Arsenal are near perfect. See, because of football rivalry, our opponent fans don't take their time to watch the Arsenal team. Which I've taken my time to watch Christian Mosquera. I think he's a better player than William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes. And again, it's one of those my hot takes. That will only be determined with time. Mosquera is excellent. No Arsenal fan will miss Saliba. Neither will they miss Gabriel Magalhaes when he goes off. And the idea of Mosquera born say sometimes he's a little bit who from the back and say a center backer. They do what they call the invitation of the press. It's center back when the Romanelli stage are going to say no I try about percent about pass. Sometimes he does a little bit too much. I saw it last season when he was at Valencia and then again in the Arsenal team. Solid football from a bench friend Mosquera. Arsenal will not miss that. Today I'm willing to see which of the two and never going to between the battle of Ono any Apprentice friend Erling Haaland. Who wins it? Whether it's going to be the senior most or the two centre backs or Apprentice friend Erling Haaland. The midfield of Arsenal looks fairly good to me to match Manchester City DNA of Reinders, Phil Foden the last time out in there, Rodri Cascante. Mind you, the deputy of Rodri Cascante in the Spanish La Roa team, Apprentice friend Martin Ibanez Zubimendi. And on your deputy because he's not good enough. He's deputy because Rodri is head and shoulders quality. And of course, the reigning Ballon d'Or winner. It is certain. See about the years I gave Nibeko. Which Arsenal against Man City at home. On the face of what I saw against the Napoli game, which is a much more structured team, it is easier for teams to hold the ball now. Man City for pressing as good as it used to be before.
Yeah, mommy.
My money is on team. Your friend Manchester Arsenal for when they play against Arsenal. I think that if City will have anything to do in the game, it is going to come from either of Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva in their verticality. What they do of their dropping centrally and then going up top to create chances and get a goal. So a Honda City fan will get a chance. Either Bernardo scores or creates, or Phil Foden scores or creates. But apart from that, my money is on Arsenal for and then Xabi Alonso goes back to it. And there is something interesting I want to tell you about Xabi Alonso team. So take it. See.
Kakrebi.
Xabi Alonso, match day 1, match day 2, match day 3, Acheki Bibia, and he's moving on to a next game Obebo against Espanyol. It's Ushe Spanish La Liga Dimana. And you go in corner killing Kylian Mbappe. This season, he leads in successful dribbles and he's in the company of Lamine Yamal, Ibanez Nazraoui, and Apprentice Feno, Nico Williams, and so on. Apprentice Feno killing Mbappe over 19 successful dribbles with 8 goals since the Club World Cup, any 2 assists since he started the season. Which this is a game that are home against Espanyol. I don't expect team Ayefreno Real Madrid for need to drop points. Barca for Bebo Nyami Admochina against Getafe. It's a tough game that they play. Still no issues with respect to Lamine Yamal availability. So what it means is that Apprentice friend Marcus Rashford goes on to play again because they asked him again, say about Lamine Yamal. It's not saying we have Marcus Rashford. The Barcelona people are beginning to love what Marcus Rashford gives them. I think that Barca again that's what it takes to get a job done. Then just a second or two with talent Serie A, and I ran into some of the interesting games. Napoli still had that show with Juve 9 points. I think say Napoli, Juve team is what will give Antonio Conte Napoli team a big run for their money. I've said that it comes down to the two managers on the touchline. I don't trust Igor Tudor. I think Antonio Conte is tactically more malleable and more upbeat in terms of winning games, and with that experience of all the team, against team a friend Juve with a fairly young side with Kenan Yildiz and the likes. But again, they can always give you a run for your money, and I don't rule them out. And then team a friend in Milan goes away from home against team a friend Udine. This is a game I think an under 3.5 will go through and it's in one of my picks. And Ranajo, we went in for Cagliari double chance and it went through your coach team. Lazio, any Roma, this is the battle of Rome, and you don't want to miss it between Gian Piero Gasperini team away from home when they go to Lazio to go and play. It's an interesting one. Juve go away to Verona. It's a double chance for that game. Enjoy the talent Serie A on Sunday. Inter will play Sassuolo. Sassuolo after some free the Segunda Divisione the Serie A they've not played too well, so now they have issues in terms of Obono. On Monday evening, Napoli play against Pisa. I think it's a game that Napoli will be able to reach. Let me round it up with you with enemy quotes. Like I said, I think I'm giving you an opportunity to make some good money for yourself on all of Fifi man for social media handles. But meet my boss quickly in a few seconds. First one, a BW129B8F75. Next one, a BW129B6CF8. Third one, a BW129B0537. Fourth one, a BW129AD0C9. And last one, a BW12952354. Rich, let me say a happy birthday to my personal stylist, a friend Connie. Excellent tailor pa na my name na Oda. My main country Connie in the shop Connie refuge. I side on him. Okay. When I shop and then the birthday Connie I show. That's fine. Right. But that's it. I got see up on YouTube. I say, Reg, you and your team are doing a fantastic job today. Manchester United will grind the result and beat the so-called world champions at the Old Trafford. Okay, what kind of result now? But yeah, sure, see it be there. Okay, Drew her. Never come once I'm also betting the message number as a prediction, whatever person can. I will show you to be an obey the abana. Best man who should be empire and so. And fire into us na Inyakwai Emrafi Roland Fabregas as Manchester United 2, Chelsea 2, Majid. Also a from Doma West and Majid. Show no a different mom bisa say code no. Aye beno we a Betway codes Betway enti unni app ni biano download now so what me at the attrabi earlier husband me to catch papa I say Manchester United 1, Chelsea 8. How bad? I say Isaac Darlington, I say if any other team will score as Chelsea, it's not going to be Manchester United. Darlington. And now Odessa message at the Abrain, the same thing. And as you say, my team via Ashaya and Chelsea da. Any at the Abaka Kusian is any yambo draw. No bia emfa idide nkoda na de achia obi nkohuru bi na se din ina emfa enhye ho enhye 4.5 live our YouTube Nhyira TV sanso and a multi TV decoder na so onso Nhyira TV unia obetimi asearch na afei onso etimi aba be hwedwumade bi ayala good morning now to say okay any games no come is it that you some na me ka say tia some the best American say me tia office on Gabi in stories and or the UEFA Champions League Team of the Week.
Bye.
Eba. Na me nim say Team of the Week once am na okay. But I heard him say, hey, na UEFA for na makoye team. Na man for Chelsea player anka ho. UEFA for a team be. So I want to show screen am so a Team of the Week. And once am na okay. Me say, hey. What could buy? Was short 3-1. You still want Chelsea player to appear in the Team of the Week. Abaka question Benfica. Away. Barca Ababa Newcastle on the Inter question yes away. A lot of top Bayern are short 3-1. There are a lot of players are more outstanding within the week of Champions League. Still, Gabi's story on someone can say we want to make it the Team of the Week for UEFA.
Of a Chelsea player.
I say Argentina Chelsea player in him. There was somebody poor here.
Player Bemponi a bit to make keys. Ebia probably. Anya kwaya.
I saw friend no longer say be yan.
Kupama ya.
I saw ba no ba be yan.
Kupama so. There we bibi gidi biaza.
Also Robert Sanchez. Make key saves pa.
Then he says mutimi nye.
Yeah.
It's not a Bayern against Chelsea goalkeeper.
Me can't talk. Me some American say I was amazed about the story, and then I was say, oh, we have a long season to go. Rich, ain't you be
yeah.
The Merseyside derby, no. Yeah, the best shit so. Na, I am no crap. Team my friend Everton and the Moyes. Up a certain form be. Now, I would have associated with Fifi. Say, Abia Everton bet me a BB. I did tell Liverpool. But Rich, only if like a game in Campbell and further. Say Campbell here, wow.
Abia.
And go. Everton form ni ye. So me hat team my friend. Liverpool form. But at Anfield, Rich, even when Everton form ye crashed bien. Liverpool finds way to win. And see, before me remember not official lineups about that. So these are not probable 11. This is lineup a new game. Jeremy Frimpong Mbo, and I say he's not starting. A Conor Bradley and a ball right back with Kerkic and a Konate and Van Dijk na omu goalkeeper Alisson Damu. Oben Fifi wa Rich. Obenje for a vet. Me so wa YouTube no fa to board no na enkofo hu line up no. Na nya me wan asem na ye ka ade you can't screen so. Which one for a vet for the Merseyside derby? I think I know why. The Merseyside derby is the most dirtiest game in the English Premier League. Too physical. And me also say Ogidi say the German international too soft for a game it say. At least Manimbo McAllister and Soboslaya onim say omodie. They've played this derby, they know what this derby is about. Then Salah, Gapo, and Apprentice, friend, Hugo Iketike, and see Enye Isaac, and I started as a striker. One nature YouTube. Yeah, I didn't come and want me try YouTube. Nana. Offering into screen, so we are speaking to a lineup, and there is no shot of the screen. What is happening? Rich, this is the Everton team. I think I love something about this Moist Everton team. Rich, omo balance. In Idris Agana Guy and Gardner. Then they got Gisby Hall from Chelsea. And we have a share number 18. and Obian also number 10 and but Obian said this be it's more of a number 8 in Tama or moment for even though from Central they are not too creative, but they are so difficult to play against, so compact and Jack Grealish as the roaming playmaker and born a second inside Rich, he is able to create. And then one say, you started Premier League in Chile, but the first player of the month, Jack Grealish in a winning year. It tells you the kind of impact or the and Beto will always give you presence. The only problem is Rich, I saw defenders be saying a Van Dijk money could out of open. Why also the one who bought the bubble on the then they also have the stature to deal with you. It's in a hour. Konate Van Dijk will deal with Beto as a striker. Then Anna Slot Akko for a familiar tray of Gravenberch, McAllister, and Soboslai. I will need what it takes to play in the men's side because I am very, very physical. No? They will match this midfield of this duo, Gay and a Gardner, with the physicality. No? Rich, Ndiaye is that guy for Everton. Unassuming, ghost attacker, and he seems to read the game warranty. Time across in the bubble box, he will be there somewhere around, position to pounce. Very, very dangerous player. Sagra Apprentice. Rich, the quality of this Liverpool team. Where you can take care of the Isaac Benjo. That Mubo plays with the bench. Salah Mubo. Look at their quality.
One vet at the bench.
One vet at the bench. And see, you look at the team and you look at on the bench. Now see Charlie, they have quality in their team to come in. See, you have a very nice game. To be very, very nice. But I think say Liverpool always have a little bit of quality there. Game no stretchy. Na omo de no ato Everton for the bottom. Na omo fa we no ewo na omo ediko. It's the big one. And then my disappointed kakra bi wo mu.
Sir.
Because of him no form. But good. Yeah. And then now of him no form no. Man you wish.
Since I'm saying pay the underdog tag no. I want it.
No, I think say Udo onuma mo team no.
Okay.
Udo onuma.
Okay. Okay.
Rich. Game we. Their first two basic and your mabia. Maybe saying in a chain against Number 1. Before the start of the season, no. Adia Bankwana and Kofo Reni say this time around, a bit may advantage to Manchester. I said they are not in Europe. Not in any competition in Europe. And see, Man U Champions League. Onwa Ombo Europa. Onwa Ombo Conference. And see, more Europe no. Mukoba. No, they prepare every weekend for domestic football. Whether a league, FA Cup, and I say the League Cup. And see, mind you, 100% concentration on domestic football. Now, Rich, if before I ever start this season, you can say Saudi advantage there, then it should start from any game, no? Because this is the first time, Europe, no? Especially in the Champions League, no? I come up first round of the Champions League game, number. What I'm saying is, after the weekend of the Manchester derby, no, Man U no game. The next game they are going to play, a game, no. But between Chelsea and their results against Brentford, no, they've traveled to Germany and they've come back to England and they've played Bayern Munich. And see, Senna and Ocrese, Man U near only Europe crown, and then Buana, and the game no count. Chelsea have got Europe about midweek. Number 2. Rich, I have been in this industry for a very, very long time. by 15 years, echo 16. And I'm starting to say me practice sport journalism, giving power. The campus radio and Rich. There is a way home. When the football world is anticipating a particular story, there is a way it clicks for you to write that story. The best I can say, pressure now man use them. Rich, what man you are looking for is one statement match. Send a pressure and a from Kakra on Amorim. One game, every man go for say, yes, man you preseason, you know. You know, you to say the team is improving. By a starting season, you know, man you are good difficult games here. ABNA opponent, you know, say improvement. He anticipated from preseason, you know, young we so against Arsenal, against Man City, but still now within the contenders. Man, you will play one game here. It will remind him of say a preseason here can. Some man you team now improve it. Rich, it could be this game. Okay. It could clearly be this game. And he said, okay, Chelsea akwa midweek Champions League aba. And the way we know how stories are written in football. Oh, Nadia Mompamono. But I said that improvement by starting to say, oh, Nadia. Then you get a certain result. You say, oh, that will be a kitchen break. Now you mark the benefit of the doubt. Those kind of stories, you know, which this game could present Manchester United, Sadia. Now, with those two things, now, Maka, Rich, and you man you go the one advantage you. Chelsea so motivation me. On the last two games, I'm share you. Yeah. And
against Brentford against Bayern.
And Chelsea are called FIFA Club World Cup, Baba. Now all of a sudden, they are world champions. And that's, they will do very, very well this season. More players, more Tom Crabbe player, more body a very, very good team. Rich, the only thing that Mama Chelsea are leaving to the expectation is to be consistent, Kaka. And that consistency, you can't play 3 games without a win. Over 3 games without a win, with that expectation now, people will start dropping it. Because you Charlie, every team look around and shut down your side. And see, Chelsea so and sir of the panel to bounce back quickly to winning ways. And Chelsea himself rich after not getting a win against Brentford. After losing to Bayern, some person bouncing back. Old Trafford there,
big statement.
You have the theater to dream, and you can dream to bounce back. No rich. Ebani say, and a Chelsea match the graphic. Oman to see Obia say the bad boy Ganacho. Mind games. Fantastic.
No problem.
Until they know how to play the mind games. You know. It's a way to Manchester Chronium. Open case, oh, my name required their friend a rival watch. Don't call her the Chelsea for the Eddie Bar. Rich, the moment you go to their page, the first thing you see is your old boy. And I'm not too graphic to say, we are coming to Old Trafford with him. Now, Rich, beyond that, Metier is over Esca. And he seems to understand what this game stands for Chelsea for no. So we a coach, Rich, you don't lose momentum. You super, you create uncertainty in your dressing room. And Maesca want to avoid that. Metier show no office where I'm saying, me disappointed by in Fifi. Even property as a Catholic.
I saw no uncle.
You're rich. Pope didn't got any answer any kono. Pope, Catholic. you must know his name. Uda sorry cry bisa also. If you see me am popu di na say hey.
And you show mundia.
Wow. I was shocked. Rich. Na Argentina Amorim Koka say so popu kwa turu for so on changing the philosophy on changing. He is so entrenched with it say he is on the right path. So what you interview now or say enya philosophy ni when any problem the results is the problem because on the same philosophy as so when results people will say he's on the right track.
So coach how would you to say the personnel now they are naive. Press conference as you and our coach now admitting say we players no naive.
So Rich, the naivety doesn't come with the philosophy.
What?
So about 4 back, about 5 back, about 10 back. That's why you're naive. That is what he's saying. So a player for a player over Manchester United, what if you mistake or trust? Why will you have to make that mistake? As a cry.
That is why you are the coach.
So it has got to him. It has got nothing to do with play back now. No. So results I see people forget about it. Now, Rich, I seem to agree with him. I will be clearly, and I will explain with the tactics in the game. This is Manchester United expected 11. My friend say, I pay. My goalkeeper, me who did you bother? A tie. Buying there. So buying there with Motrebak, Yoru, Delete, Luke Shaw, Dogu Mazuari, mo wing backs for. You were asking say Fernandez on the one remember he's expected to play with experienced Casemiro. Then more in Wemo any Ahmad as inside number 10s with Benjamin Sesko, yes, Kunyaba. But if you engineer banti, you heard him so be free bench and about so Rich. Let's quickly put this on the tactical board. Into Manchester United.
But Bibi Kasachem Zahn Obama Yada, Sunny a laments, likely.
Sir,
yeah.
And Kasana open.
And open my Manchester side, and most of the predicted that you need in an on them.
It's like, oh, yeah,
I know or they go post or shiver too much. No,
it's pressure.
Too jittery.
Pressure. Like
the pressure. It's saying the mistake.
But don't you also believe, say, know that there is no goalkeeper? Donkor transport. Oh. I don't know. I ask you here easily, sir. Rich, I think say Ebion also so say if he is on the bench, he presents some pressure because only man number one, and because all your mistakes, you know, you don't want another two. If you saw the bench, one, Uda, I also all your mistake do, baby. Man, now he is off, and now. Adi amampe awo mu coach in the press conference and say I say goalkeeper no situation embassy no obi anya number 1
na you know nana koya no say
no but
Atai will be the number 1
and he said it say no Atai is not the number 1 and that number 1 opened for omumienu for some time maybe after there 4 weeks you know now already training now goalkeepers trainers say look let's go with this one then the person will be chosen as my number 1 but until then no but what I'm saying is say so now who say Atai no pupua probably a Onana presence now but now there's no Onana so there's no on the size in April it's everything man calm down kakra to get the best out of it very rich 3 back 2 wing backs 2 central midfielders 2 inside number 10s 1 striker. Now, Chelsea are expected to say, every red game in with this. normal 4-1-4-1. This is Anna Chelsea Ebo. Sanchez, Gusto Cucuera, Shaloba Torsen, Moses Casedo, Estevao Pep Neto, then Enzo Fernandez Copama, and Abrantia, your friend João Pedro, and we're in. So this is what we are expecting Chelsea so set on more Eddie Bewam in a decoy 4-2-3-1 and that's a 4-1-4-1. So something like this. And I expect Chelsea Eddie Ebera gave him as almost a first 11. Now Rich, Fifi was highlighting a certain problem. And I will highlight it too. But the Ebema Fifi down or better, even though on say a problem for Chelsea in this particular game, a Manchester United conversion rate. Rich, what more 3-4-3 now, Bono? So what shall we? More numbers because Mubo 2 central midfielders in this contest, Casemiro, Bruno, and I want 2 inside number 10. Yeah. Look at the young wing backs now. Make a central say.
Okay.
More 2 inside number 10 in Ahmad and in Wembu. And to reach Slasher, so Manchester Bono will 15 power, but Yabono in 15 or park in this one. And come 4 players in the box. 4 players in the box. Chelsea will have 3 in that zone. 3 na Chelsea one. Rich, Moses Casedo, Tienio, Enzo Fernandez, and a Copama on target. It is a Gabon, Yabo, and 15 here in the middle of the park. 1 more numbers, 2 more players are on your Juma. They want to work. Copama on target. Okay. Say Chelsea, you don't see Copama chasing people, tackling them, on your side. But Rich, you have a big problem. With this asset, you are able to create chances. But Obedi said, in last 4 Premier League games, I'm about Old Trafford, Rich. More than 94 shots. Mashebu 5. 94 shots. Mashebu 5. Where Old Trafford games in Guan was I'm making. Rich. How? Because why never say goals? No prolific striker. Until any Bruno Mona, Omobama ya Katibaka Bomo Bobo na sa, and our penalty will be converted here. Even though per practice, you have numbers here, a bomb of creative chances, we see the end product. Last time ahead of Manchester Derby, they didn't come and say more LG team behind the Premier League, even above Arsenal, Liverpool. But Rich, the number of goals are more shared. To win you games, is the problem. Okay, Monday after the Manchester Derby, they didn't come and say even though City won, always score line 3-0, convincing. But Rich, after City show goals, United could have come back 3-3. Clear chances. And that should be more. And when say me sure say, I saw no many tina. Amorisha or Italy. And you born a no any information. See, can you play some more the right attitude now and carry. Now, Rich, many man knows you.
Time in the court.
I'm the one I'm finding now. Because we were still about 44.
Yeah. And okay.
You see, Rich. Just like Fifi was saying again, we've shown that mind you in terms of almost formation on the pitch and bad. But there's one bad situation. Rich, the way you defend. Problem case. Especially when Chelsea ever gave him with Estevao and Neto in wide areas. Go for number 3 back. There is space in between Luke Shaw and Dogu. Estevao, Yebibi or Homame. There's a space between Joro and Mazwari. Neto, Yebibi Mame. Just all the baby at in between Omo. Let them be confused when they close you down. Make sure you are always in between Omiye. Oji pass then you have 1v1. And 1v1 now one. And yet against a 4-back. And against a 3-backer. The left hand side for us will be dealing with Estival and in the runs. And Nhyira, we may always delete João Pedro 1-on-1 in the box. Say Enzo Fernandez and Copa Martini are arriving. Eja Bruno and Casemiro because when we saw them defending Gilibia, then we will have a lot of numbers in and around Manchester United. You're betting with that show, Rich. My biggest problem, no. My biggest problem. And it's hard, you know. Rich, maybe I believe with this game Manchester will not lose.
Okay.
I strongly have that belief. Say game way any game, Manchester United, ebe elusi elho. Until I will go for a double chance. Manchester United, was our game win, honum. Now, Rich, the next big game, now I'm from Anusi. Master and Apprentice. And I'll make it very, very easy.
As an apprentice near Bomaster, no.
I'll make it easy. Rich, Omo Moka said, a Drew Susai Arsenal Premier League. Metimi aka say the measurement no City no. Okay. Ateta ne Pep ne adwuma. Pep ebu obia okronim. Arsenal to them say esa kwara onu ne Pep obu obia oye nipa. Yen ko fa ne mbra. Oba anya shekwara di wosia no odi beba. No buy. Oba e de bia na master de bono. Na master ne bono o say e de na oye wo ho na ahaye ni bintia obo no o so yam build the squad in depth yam ko fast Spanish we mesha mo so o Erling Haaland Pep Pampa o what block striker oni bobo nti mo yam so ko pebi yam ko fa Joe Carres mbra oni bo ni bo gidi but oni go say which since Mikel Arteta moving about from City to Arsenal one mirror bia Pep even including at a point in time. Our right back, also the members of Bob White or yes center midfield because City the same thing with Akanjimo. He has been mirroring Pep. But so no me Lucia. Even though no Osusia no. Which almost bia you could clearly say still now no we call Arteta through Pep. Na e Arsenal team. Then all of a sudden, Rich, as a Mikel Arteta, so wakasa che no hu, so I say I am learning soon. Rich, now Mikel Arteta speak. Oginatano, even when Pep is at the opposite side, you don't see fear. And look, and the moment he say, Arsenal has arrived. Pep say, or did he say omo momentum pa they are in a good shape for that game way or Emirates. Because after losing to Brighton over them, say no American. When you Manchester Derby win, when you a very good win against Antonio Conte, the Champions League them, and Oji said they are in a good place. Mikel Arteta say, "I'm come to me, boy. You know pa." Now the good news and say, William Saliba is back, and no Arteta can say, "Waba," but anyway,
almost get on the ball.
Yes,
it's good.
But on him say. That partnership, you know, and now our watch and I believe it's all trouble. We will see Saliba back with Gabriel Magalhaes. Rich, so maybe then this is what we are talking about with Raya Timbers and a Calafiori. Then and they make man say the best midfield in the English Premier League: Zubimendi, Moreno, and a Declan Rice, and then Martinelli will have 2 Eze with Noni Madueke and a Victor Jokeres with Manchester City there. I think they're Rich. Omo yen your first 11 Pep. Gradually, as we yen the first 11 with Kusanov and O'Reilly and the laterals, no Guardiola and Diaz as the 2 center halves with Donnarumma and Opomu. Then Rodri sits in as the lone DM with Ford and Reinders and the Bernardo Silva, Jeremy Doku, and Apprentice and Erling Haaland. Now, in here Austin Wood, ɛsi ɛkyina battle baako bɛhwɛ anim pa ɛyɛ Doku ɛne Timbers battle no ɛwɔ hɔnom and I think say he is watching it from a very very good football eye ɛhɔ bɛyɛ de pa Rich what Arsenal must do ɛne sɛ ɛyɛ no kure sɛ ɔmo na sɛsi yɛ ɔmo the best three midfielders ɛwɔ fifi wa they must show it against Wodrimo into rules will be mended oko Spanish national team ni mu a oyɛ backup to Wodri akupra ɛna wo wasat sɛ o peke ɛna sɛ yɛ ba national team ma yɛ fɛ Wodri pa Wodri ti bench na wo abo now you meet him in a game at club level tell him say you are the new guy show it to him say first no Tijani Randers obaye no yes you the best box to box midfielder in the English Premier League Declan Rice it's a go for the best in Italy say Umbra no more rival Declan Rice just told him say massa obaye no ahaya this soil belongs to us Rich I think say if Arsenal will be bold again at the Emirates they should beat City again they should really beat City again there will be interesting battles but Rich I think so overall Arsenal is a better team a team club your friend Manchester City CCA and they should be able to dominate almost our hunting na me fa me code no emma na yembe fe because Rich enya bontin kwa na aye de enche bia kotokoni baby any goes that nyina ekohia the president of the land His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na in few hours time after the visit no team efreno Go Stars ebo Accra Sports Stadium against team your friend GS Kabili nti Rich ye easy kra enche na ye the same matches no so any Saturday
sure
umpe bet ma umpe bet the Saturday there there also place kana udi gugu code so na otam chuku na already obetimi enya film one of those codes I was say we invest in e codes ya me dey ba go your platform is to bet we codes kakra to a Saturday there na we say obetimi enya bibi adia first one no BW12A 371B1 second one no BW12A 505D0 third one no BW12A 8D220 and the last one no BW12AA 4FEF into 4 bet to a course simple na ofa na watimi edi aye BW12A 371B1 BW12A 505D0 BW12A 8D220 BW12A A4FEF 4 bet to a course ofa na watimi edi aye dia obetimi edi aye.
All right, for your birthday, you have some no air to so now in name say Sauba Ghana, 2 Ghanaian clubs Africa country no more chance here. Yenianum baby any Gold Stars Amujian League no and Kumase Asante Koronso J FA Cup Amudi Rem in the CAF Confederations Cup. Na and no baby any Gold Stars and Etiano at the Accra Sports Mansano China Kumase Asante Koronso no atwas and neno yenim say Gold Stars and team from say JS Kabili Amufi Algeria and amude epem so at the Accra Sports Stadium ye be this game no ahun komo but ala de bia koso amani age ho pa Sports and Recreation Minister any Nhyira kwabna yeboa oma ya de da omo visit no I think ebeye niema we breed dia ma the two teams especially a team like baby and Gold Stars you say African omo the need experience gidi go sure. And sometimes you need some kofu way motivation message amodeba mamo and mamu who say look omani ni na ne tamochi go and do well enti mamembo sports minister baso aya de pa visiting baby and Gold Stars and Kumasi Asante Korogo as well and occurrence no kakra as so yip de ma 18 no mo de boabo mo for eye nyame adoma continue nyina no watimi ayintene and baby and Gold Stars and JS Kabili
and Rich send an American. Apart from the minister's visit, both teams could share His Excellency the President.
So how do you be that? Say teams in Africa. I don't know. Say be ana kotogo kumase ne dia. Na okay, Abia games in one kind of, and then how close are you to President? But Rich, it's good. It's good. Say the presidency is showing a certain level of interest in our football. Rich, I baby I'm confirm. Born and said and private be more minor. And presidents are very busy people. Sure.
In the occasion, so Mumra, many 30 minutes crowd of my time. Rich, it is something that is commendable from sports journalists. That was a pa. So out of attention in Nano, typical academy. A so any bebre, a so any bebre. Rich, you bet me na kotokoni baby any players bia. They've not had an encounter with the president before.
And a huge motivation.
Now, yes, if you go there, now okay be ne to akoma so show nkro show kutu pose president say me kokumi ho. More minor. Rich, you people take these things for granted, but as a student of psychology, you can't take it for granted.
Very, very important.
Very, very important. And that is why I'm looking at these gestures from the president. You know, from
for instance, a minister Shia, Kotogo team, no catch them say, look, team na mo no mo kobo no.
So nchemo. So bia omo so nchemo.
Munyi bo no bo.
Yeah. Munyi
mo so munyi bo no bo.
Yeah.
And Sanya is our catch the player. Yeah. Oko Parkins, minister.
Emani mujidie.
Say nkofo minyi bo.
Emani mujidie.
And ona or says look.
Yeah.
Miss winning bo no bo chama. But yababa be this sound coming na but yen come man so na mene lawyer Safu Duku Esquire. Any yen come Kumasa so no konyame adoma China at the Accra Sports Stadium because of say Baba said went to me and you're ready to no nyame adoma China and and the Kwara United of Nigeria game no and so ebitimi abaso. Oh yeah, what to mean kind of pay ya mo ache de ba Kumase.
Rich, me do so mo.
But you know what to say?
It's from 104.5 at your point.
Leon and Cabo Cordier.
And Jandia, when you say the nation's capital, the day was so.
I see.
Is it Casaman and afternoon here? My number, we are my register. Come on, Safuduku.
Now, Munya and Kavufu, who ain't said that you're waiting to be ready.
John, the quiet of the consul. You know.
And you're I understand. You ever put a can in send you.
No.
Learn about the game Nankasan come, but Yatisa Kotoko team no Yamia Duma. Muko share His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. In Chamuni to say, time Ben Amoko Bibis Boyan Komokaka. I want some to say.
Well, we're telling you, Sophia, no, can say, Simon, I already know. Sansa, Mampania, so my 12 noon. Is the Entebiano. You're trying to signal from the presidency. Na Yamu.
Okay. Now, sir, the entitlement in Anamoko.
The entitlement and I work on Mampania Shah. And Ghana for you now, not Ghana to know so. Now, what's your crime?
Okay. Now, for young number 2, a preparation. Yenim say game na kasa ne initially. Sanka bibia ko as planner. Nanka aye baba stadium na nanka mbobo mo Africa games but because of 1 or 2 be a honor ready to know. Edna game no more day akopim awo ayenkran. First of all, yenim say mabo competitions be kakra from the top 4 President Cup moko South Africa and so kobo aye game. Then yen league no say started 1 game and amukonya win over aye team from say Brekum Chelsea awo aye Brekum. So we show the Kotoko team from Sa competitions Amuboya to the Liga. Obaka says so far preparation to say my ready for a net showdown against Car United, Anna.
Well, you make can say Michelle Kotoko team no right after the season. Players will be a free move. The good thing is that majority of players are normally regular. Last season, no dear. This mark has said, "Omina, you maintain your and I did a car home. Now from then, no, we share a Duma, the technical team now. Make us a progression, no. I very impressive. Said okay, no. Yeah, the Caps now a 2 year. Top 4 and the name Uncle. But we came out to explain and say, top 4 Nangas never pull out. Because we had just returned from South Africa. The team Nangas in long period beer. As I said, but coach me and say, if for nothing at all, young pass some of the new players, only had opportunity. And more competition in the area. And no kind of mambo, I can say, if they are finance issues. But you put 2 women together, echo, goal stars. We knew how difficult it was. After the goal stars at the league, at the top 4, nobody well motivated, nobody prepared so well ahead of the Champions League. Many people call goal stars. I can say, Woman. And my mom will say, I cannot go. As well, you call Brekum said, for the first time. I ain't sure more Brekum Park and that. Never say, I yeah, I'll play on Momo self, football, that you know, a month to my team. It's really the there. Team no progress, I was very impressive. And no, I'm a semi quite saying. From Sunday, my own now, never be a car 1 week. Nothing competition, so I want to all the piano. You said the approach is very different. It was that, and we expect any other team, or
Yanka for say yene lawyer Safu Duku Esquire. Akasama for the Makumasi Asante Kodogona Edi Ayenkomo. Lea would the award canning from top 4 league match in Bibia. Mudia Remu Kai. I mean in football, Adia Bakwe very, very important. Aye baby a ukojina na wabo game no, which is a pitch na okoboso ball no. Yenim say yes, mobile games or enkadia, but my favorite air grounds are Kotokosan Bonnie games, especially Air Africa. We are not 20 pitch na nkasa na nyam nkwana mobile game also ene baby any go start mobile game also na ochina no Kotokonso abo monsomo de na also and probably as a pressure kakra ebeba eye pitch so minim okon no. First of all, pitch no wakwa share and state need to say if you say mo game plan how person must approach game near the no pitch ni betimi aboa Kotoko ama African campaign we be atimi akoye di amamo.
Okay, Rich, to begin with, I think I say admittedly we would have wished several games no Babayara. You must say the majority of most of our supporters are scattered all over the country. Quite a good number, so what great Accra. But you must say, team base power, Kumasi. The bomb match of Babayara. The euphoria, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the eagerness to go to Babayara and not I was shooting all other places in Ghana. But you're taking consolation in the fact say maybe a Chomuna I can't say because of good results especially against House of Oak. Now, later, I will be himself. But the supporters I can see the brains were. Almost every person who team no, so they are candidate here. It is about later, rather no, a challenge we are going to and believe I say. In terms of now, I just say, young some of our matches, Emma. And unfortunately or unfortunately, no, match will not be clear. If the weather, Kotoko will decide to choose later, say, in which I say better match, it depends on how I obviously about the match, you know. Then I go back and the Basel, support the free, Kumasini, other places, and other places are there. MPD, a good teacher. I mean, I'm very optimistic. I try every year from last week. But this should have been seen, you know. Any amount for response, you know. Any the excitement, the whole criminal. On the pitch, the other is so. I shall say, some quality media or so. You know, I can say, and now another man on the chance of Kakamai, and that assurance was given. So, on the Amaye, and now I had opportunity to meet with the Director General and any technical people help pitching also. Among the greatest assurance, say, it means a bubble match, and not the man can be a account in a year. Come on, I will be some of their patient in the season. You're fit for purpose.
Oh, okay. Okay, now say, Kotoko Nibia would Tibiano, any Fabi being Shenitim so. Game he the young mono Kumasi near Cobon and Kahana Kohatimino. Oh, catch Kotoko Nibia say, pitch, you know, is good. And Moko and so preparation of my Yenny Bibiano. The result are Kotoko Airpen, Mubina or the Accra Sports Stadium.
The pitch, you know, will not be an excuse. Or will not be a stumbling block to our victory.
Okay. Mr. Lawyer, they say, quite for so, benim, first of all, you know, my baby, do not. When you tapes Kakabian here, I'm Moody, Ebesio, Yamia, the Mochina.
Everything is that in modern football. Statistics need video on it, and in a matter. And the technical team, no. We brought on board some of the guys here. Also, so the one remember to my boy. In this animal there, they have been well treated for. Almost a fair knowledge of the current team.
Well, you're tiding Komobi say, oh, Kotoko dear. Game out so African, almost Shakrano, and then a Kotoko a bottle, and a typical example against Air Kadiogo. When I know BF so. I wish the first league Kotoko result I know Manyano coming back home. I Baba Kadio good idea because obey you more and so Eddie a film. Samna and now some common. I mean sometimes yedina yedi around Kotoko Sambo bo African. At this time, if you saw with the preparation day, Niama would you go a and Kobana say ye baby near Kokase, quite a you Kotoko film.
Well, my member uncle, the lines of Uma, Obakaya, not any more African football. BYC, Liberian Club, Bedaya, Obetina Kara, in the Kajogo, they are. It is our terrible experience in Okotoko, and then I guard against. In this match, you know, I can tell you, say, you do or die. Because you cannot be thinking about what any other that's against Kelly, the very first header. Also, you mean the actual pen. And we are being guided by our terrible past experiences, you know. Our match, you know, and yet a good year. So, if you are in doubt, said the anybody they call posters in the champion of champions. Anybody they call Brekum, echo discipline, and we should tell you there. Sadian, Kotoko, a year ago, this year, the revolution has started, the revival Kotoko, no. It is our terrible experience, you know. I don't think it will be such because we are not thinking about work. We are thinking about what I said. That is what is before us. and no betting higher. You know, but if only be one who know who be doing. It's quite a match, you know. The fan the target, and it's a very correct who become here, and I make a choice here.
I also question people say na fe infancy
with the lawyer ayala ni ma memfa ebo ba kunku anu ma mienu me question e mienu ba me busa ni one me say o asanka obetimi ama yen injury updates e wo campa players no e wo situation bi a ema ebi mu entimi mobi ana se obi a ho ye obetimi e de ama yen and the last one no approach no ubentim no approach no ene say kotoko epe results a ebe kill game no kra wa ha ana say ye be say nya a certain cushion bi na yenko wi adwuma no e wo Nigeria approach no e wo time no mu no say na esi etie.
Okay, so on the injury situation no players which say Kwame Toku, players which say Menka, players which say Kote, any team no there some of the mama Accra ni because they out completely. But before they start training on Monday, no. Now I feel the boys need to recover fully. The likes of Shaibu, Peter Bakwa, and then this player, Lodamwa. Now almost started training. But after 2 days, you know, almost joining main team now. After doing it's training. If I can tell you, sir, all these players together with the others, you know, are fully fit for tomorrow.
And the approach is saying?
The approach is saying, we are in football, no, in home. Then we are coming and say, boys, you know, should go into the game aggressively but cautiously, so that we not concede and get more goals, so that the corner area in a week's time or not, no matter the intimidation, no matter the football tricks, I'm boy here the frustrating away teams, you know. Results not being a channel will be such to say, the women be a enemy overcome. So that is our approach. The people say, talk about more goals, you know. We will also cautious there.
Sure.
Then contribute will be a so that the Nigerians are very good at frustrating opposing to us. In the call chemicals, you see one more. You could have won the game, but frustration is from an it's being guided by science experience, you know. The my boys know say, and yet much awkward chances at this level, no, nobody expects so much. If you go all out to bang in the goals.
Now, you know, TV Brown Kabi Binche, Commander Sanoko fans. Inti message be a person with the Jaibiana fi Yakwana, Munkusha president.
Well, they can say, we say a quite one. Union Momo, Commander and Patemo. But we want more. I want to know, say, with me, Ababi. So some point there, no team there. I best say, supporters no, I arrangement there. I'm organized basis. In the 50 minutes, come for the census, registered members, and non-registered members also, 100 cities. In the almost getting in touch with the leadership of the supporters. Now, as many as a bit no, Omra, and the supporters team. Men can say, a get a car for there, a Ghana put in India. But Buck must have there. Not together, no. With me, in that advantage of playing at home. Because we have a lot of Nigerians in Ghana, especially in Accra. You are not careful. Almost never to kick over the stadium. Now you end up playing home away from home. About it's not help the course. It's almost never there. Yes, sir. Almost
Now. That's a fan, you're all the best. Catch on, say, to be a man can, but you come and say, and say, the empire at Tamochi.
Okay, I want to entertain me now. Lawyer Safuduku Esquire,
communications director at the Kumasi and as a head of communications at the Kumasi Asante Kotokoni no ekodi and community was approaching the say as much as more goals na share no and some more guide against or more concede because this is Africa for concede go be and no go you free and I love that.
Of
it's
course.
Good.
Say utie in some lawyer kana Rich then a class kotokonya based on the way a game ni besia kono. Say omunya as many as ombetimi asha ebe kill time wa
sure
ombeshe.
Africa there's an ebono. Because be who.
Yes.
So who and now feel so betimi.
Say yes static game no. Na the way ni abria ye di pressure to omo so no.
Chances ne.
So omu kire say omunya bibia ehu bia na yebetimi awie time no kra wa. Then why not?
Sure.
Ye na yetimi nya ahotoso bi say Nigeria na ye kon omu twom mu tan ya. Ye yi omu awie. Rich say if that is the approach, then I think say the consensus will be how Kotoko attacking wise no ometima say baby any phone wala no
baby ye ne Kotoko for wi ma yenko line so bi na ye ne Samo Kwajiri ono enso ene kasa ede ema eye baby any Go Stars eni enkomo Sami wotime nka good morning.
Good morning, Nhyira.
Na I want to say
na me adon mo pai boy won ye pa.
Baby any Go Stars mu kodru nkwan enkafo agem say send anyema esiko game no the euphoria around it incomodity to say for any game no.
All right, me now what na me share you for me share ni no only mo ye ju the team ni ya kan say o boja ho na you be team wa cry no ya dey in kan for na ji okay also because they believe that it's not about Gusta, it's about Ghana because having won the league, you know, Gusta is representing Ghana at the African level and see Obia Diatuma you heard him say no or my brother support here so that we can win the game.
Sami, you say Go Stars team Africa then I mean probably say Minyan right to cry this is your first time I'm day African, you know, most of the players are more Asia Candia Mamono, or more Ensheda and you known to add the competition. Ebasa, Ayana and my competition, Nebono, ABB Kakra. First of all, minim Edian common among them ranting at D going to add this game because more ball at the a cider, I mean, abandon the African cider, or Mabubia in JS Kabili. And community saying there are some important catchy players, you know. Now approaching us to say, sorry. Someone saying, I'm afraid Sami na because Go Stars there. Who's a Kotodo Mabubia? First time we did
a very good question, Panak and Ubusa Samino, because a Jumani in say, how do you get Go Stars? Are you new to the competition, you know? Psychologically and mentally ready for the competition. Rich, so why are you mentally ready for the competition? Competition in the
okay. Sammy?
Yeah.
As I said, what to mean, Kai?
Sure.
Yeah. So, na me bisa say, and come on, Ben, I'm only players in the psyche, Bibia, I bet my boys, and also, I could snap back and so make me a book game, you know. At the same.
Yeah, we've done that. Don't forget that we have experienced coaches, the likes of performers who have seen it all at the African level. We have Gordon Abroad, who was also part of the tech team, Nanaya Mankwa, who was part of the Mediama team that played the CAF Champions League. And the only players in that didn't come up with the African competition, and we also have experienced players, Vicente Asenga, Samson Eduku, Mano Ankara, and together with the other players, you know, they know the level you have to do, the prestige, any mileage, you know, they have to fight and fight very well. Probably, you know, a bit in a football career.
Sami mate say mo busy pa mo nam kan so kra mo call His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ho ntimi mpese ye be fa time bibre ye bisa kotokofo no and the same question to you baby any Gold Stars approach ne to say mo kill time no ha ana ho nsam to say
sure that is the plan because if you want to be the best you have to be the best and to go all out and make sure that and again no you be killing wire
na Kabiru for no so some ahwe mo kakra
after mo pa ina kakra
okay
I will be with you can to see it's all boy
ade ba ko so e keep I mean supporters are almost do almost support Bema team no enedua yi ade akra so stadium so far na niam to say
so the support is massive because social management and our sponsors are available passes are meno kasa we na so be na be do akra almost 5 buses for supporters from Mabetaya the background for a top 4 no you supporters there almost adopt your moha or you now will be coming. That's why we are charging for the VIP the rest are for free.
Sammy, what time need to mean per se a best stretch you so much? Me and Founsia na Montos na Monya de mo yena. You wish all the best and so Yami Adman at the Accra Stadium.
Okay, many other matches.
Some Okwaji, a Casadema, baby, and Gold Stars. And no, I could think psychologically they are ready and game plan said they're not Safuduku can kill the tie here.
I think it's very, very important. And it's some air kayen say Omo Mayanga, Omo Gordon, a bloody. And all players be yes. Omo Humbida. Our more coach team is to say a boy rich. Football is all about the mentality. Even life. So unya jitu say adieno. Uwa kukudoso ubetimi aya eboa ma utimi. Look, and go for GS Kabili. Rich, why do we think they are the favorites? It's because they've been consistent on this platform. Oma yama omu jide say adieno yetaye yenimiye. Afina baby eni yebi. Enti how are only players in the bekasa? First 10-15 minutes. How are they will approach the game? Now Oma start say, oh, let's go for any. Say omo super natural bi you know mbebo. So what we stay in the game after the first 15 minutes. Now o settle la. Then you may be able to play with games and also ball. And Rich, you far grow to change. Baby no Gold Stars winning the league last season. Coming into pre-season, winning the top 4. And the way we start season we know. Bibia ni we just say omunya good team. They are a very, very good team, solid units. And they have a backing of management in resources. Everyone you can dream on to become the obet my Number 2, Rich. Say the year football. Unya kunya kusiaka wa Africa. Say we a player. Able to market yourself. The biggest transfer fees in recent history now have come from players Rich omunya opportunity to play in Africa and sell themselves.
A typical example Emmanuel
Klotemu Chelsea. Yes. It's unya opportunity now. Now also team the year bibia ma ho. And I think that should motivate omo North Africans, you know. Look, omo bo no kwanya fi away. Omo bo no basa as just to frustrate you. No omo bo delay tactics kakra. But I don't just say ujemu ubiemu omo mo ehwo. Entitable no mo no obebo no. Until Rich at this level, unya chance be clinical about it. Mun show mo chances no. Mun fo bo ni push omo. Mun yenya physical kakra say ye before no. The timidity more for the timidity see omo no. To the be e do mo gina wiane so na ahonde so akom kakra. At least let omo meko akra sports stadium eneno. Who say baby any Gold Stars for no have the right attitude and aggression for this game. If they get those little details in right, Rich, they should be able to get a resource a matter in your life. A matter in your life. Udo so many young kelita in the crana. Omuko away no. No bien como mudi say resource no munya ofie no. Resource a bit near bois omu so unko yo mu no ye.
Ebia 2-0 bi.
Yes, 2-0.
O man okay 2-1. North Africans, the first 15 minutes, on the chance on better
so 2-0, 3-1, 3-0. Oh, results are. I remember you didn't come out from Monday to Tuesday corner. You make us results way there. And my time here alive. And I will apply the same thing to Kotoko. Rich, maybe you say, and your Ghana football now. A Terabia ha and Yakwara shouldn't give Kotoko any threats. Both women away. Kwara yet him ya, Rich. Oh, Zara Mukokaya Zando. I will cast and Kotokomoni. Woman, look, I just have to go to okay. And yeah, bumpire against disappointment. We are no fewer. Rich Kotoko should beat Kwara home and away. Home and away. Yes. Beat Kwara 3-0, 4-0, and go and beat them 1-0 away. Kotoko should be able to do it. Rich na Kwara team in Nigeria or they no why. Almost start your season and then on your home. Players Papa Bear. There is no any established team here. The only thing is Ghana Nigeria Jollof Derby no. Ayana acquire too much of a familiar fight. But we are not to chair. Kwara any quality in Check Kotoko, only history Check Kotoko, only pedigree in Check Kotoko. Only Bibia Check Kotoko. So why must Kotoko struggle to beat Kwara? Hey Rich, sometimes no. You bet me in your Uma, you bet me in your Kadiogo. About the surprise Kotoko, but not a Nigerian team. Nigeria for the Edu Muko Bibia, you need a hole because you need Momo. Kotoko should be able to beat Kwara.
Well, before Bebem no, ma Menkati for Liverpool ne Everton game.
Yeah,
Liverpool one.
Yeah, Gavin
Betch. As the first goal, Diama Liverpool Tino. Mensa Derby in Liverpool, lead by a goal to nil. But before Bebem, Yenti Sports Minister Nra, Ebra Orchestra Kumasi Asante Kroko Timino na defending commandant to us.
Say, we just add, say, you are the best. Obi Biara, when you have the invitation and the call of the coach to feature at this level, no? Or say, what they share with him, say, you are the best. Fear no name. Don't fear any other player. Let them know that you are the best. So you go to the field with the mentality, say, nobody can defeat you. Now, Mungu say, yes, individual skills and brilliance is good, but it's a team sport. Don't get tired covering for your colleague where you have to. So even in Parliament, where we are elected to represent constituencies, we cover for what? Each other.
Okay. And the Sports Minister Bro Koshia Kumase Asante Kroko Timino na Kofina na Ozri.
So we know I call backstage. Camera next you when I will.
But omo goes na Kwabena Boaka eka ho.
Yeah.
And Kwabena Boaka se bia strike me pa or say or catch the Kotoko boys no. Kotoko team no aye sleeping giant.
Yeah.
It is our team we any team review.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's very good. Which I think Mika mini bibi giri biaka. Which me menyinchi Kwara United.
Yeah, it's a very young team.
Yeah, 28 years. Menyinchi Kwara Kwara. Kamine Kwara Nkwan Kami Akokra na Kwara is small boy.
Okay.
So it's a small club that can't compare to Krobia. Krobia is a big club. The good thing with Kwara for one is Rich. We are sponsored by First Bank of Nigeria. Always come this cashier bank them, and they are in Ilorin, the western side of Nigeria in Kwara State Forum. It's almost like a create a club name. But then a club that got promoted to the Nigerian Senior Division in 2017. Or your Ghana and Koye Vision. Koye Akra. Or new Kotoko level cra. Now, Seni Ekano. A new Mabidian Koye, my Kotokono, in recent times, Nama. Me, I don't see anything. We need to win the match. It's as simple as that.
But a match na me bompaye. Go stars. Who say North Africans so omo be share away go a. Ya ne ha dwen. Inti me pai na ne say as much as omo ebe so omo kill time no ha no. Omo show omo because North Africans no omo born na bibi ho. Omba we see a. Ombe da form kakra. Won say the game plan bi o. Omo nya kanta ne pe omo switch ya. No, I'm the Baba Shonti, and only idea about Kwame Few say, go stars for no, and yeah, because Africans are almost first time with the Bubini. Umutimi, yes, I am a bit to me, Abu Mama, Tino, still now, I alive. Amijadi akano di ama monso mumra na moma chema dwen ewo dwumadi no so 03220 83581 83582 83583 SMP na ya brobro so mensan kam bi Mr Liverpool 1 Everton near. Hello.
Asani.
Yami adom.
Aba san ko no the quality of the to no man ka ala doctor the champion to you but that over on abu wine at to the five at to the ba ofa the go aba so radio na the best akra ha so akra ha so radio ni ofa so kra ya ni no kra nanka ya dwa and no ma no ni kra mata asiri group totally without doubt or some you know when you make me and when you didn't go come out now one of the first minister that's it.
Okay, yes, so yeah, that's the info for hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I would have to say income of your what more.
Emos.
It's just like what the effort of what the papa did to man. Papa and somehow. And some the next professional assistant protocol supporters. A channel of the and some table and 30 minutes. We are not saying Papa and some of it. And Dina Supra and some more for the so. Until we are not saying, I'm an African. No, if you come with it on a protocol, you see a corporate man, and so you be, I'm on my Ghana. Protocol, some type one type, and never conquer.
That's it. That's the Primos. Hello. Hello.
Good morning. I'm Richard.
Hello.
Yeah, Richard.
I go see.
Yeah, Bali Boa question.
I mean you.
Yeah, bomba tie na kotokoti. South Africa na mo kwani yeah, bomba papa. Na munni amu kura gai kodase. Na mnyeju.
That's pa. Yemfa next caller. Hello.
Champion Richardo.
Yes, sir.
Ana ni kusuko dokum. And pesa mo abasan ka sima bo adwuma. Na mencha boss o keke and so change the power sports. Now boss, etina big match in the Power Sports Stadium. So what as a team papa prepare. Fantabros as Anticotopo. Etina zito no boys no. Only South Africa coach didn't compare and flick zito. And zito say son hands the flick. It's etina as usual. Flick bon be Power Sports Stadium. Papa sura na be adwuma. Etina give but for supporters, empire team echi. Etina 2 goals match and criminal video. Roma kwara foro. So cost league na munya di MIA. And that's the boss. And the man you best Chelsea for why? Because Chelsea team was the one who swore. So many ideas said them back have no. The man you from Boguma and Inje. It's not the Gunners. The Boguma right for 2-0. Boss, Nanaka.
Ate, and so yeah, that's it. Your finance caller. Hello.
Hello, Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Make us a PTUC, your family Jamina. The donor family Prebombia. Richard, what is a man you match? Who young show, sir?
Wasn't me young
show move? Chelsea, the show move. I never play one. A year 3-2. Richard, and I almost Cassa Africa. I event the Champions League or Muguri. Almost Bassa. I buy and crown among 3-1. Almost for me to miss it to be almost free. Richard, about me for Intiano being ready. Miracity.
Ate, yeah, that's a pa. Say nip impenufo to me for ntina a number anya but the moment shinwe. Hello.
Richardo.
Dankwe.
Dankwe we do like na doctor from the campus shapa. Na me aduma o tira ko to board me dia men kam wasen. Di BCBI na mi asen. En kam wasen do bia be manu akosi morning. Na Asofo, your team leader, your national leader, the body, and Dream Thirsty, you be shy or more. And a church in Manchester, I don't want winning. Where you have got Manchester for Toronto, do it down over to Swana.
Patrick David.
Aha, so we do it and we do it. Come and pay me. Aha, that's good.
right. Yenka team for say week 2 of the Ghana Premier League in so matches awo enra ya ball baako edi efi honomo na mediama share 4 vision ntimi anti ene yebenya attachment 11 wonders are all ball pando out of Lions Hoho United ebebo Young Apostles na China kwesi ediana ball a Nations FC baby any sorry All Blacks any Chelsea bebo bechem and Baseke Holy Stars na Samatex and so abo air carrier. Hello, sorry. Hello.
Your call has.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Pacha, meet you. Hello. Okay. Hello, Nascola.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Richardo.
Yes, sir.
Tom Richardo.
Pacha, meet you. Hey, Nana.
Richardo.
Nana Poku.
Richardo number I say. I mama number no.
I name that. I just am you.
I'm in Chapa now. You best to smoke. In Accra. And that much time Accra. In Concourse to home bread. Now it's a bit much upon. And then the problem is a good strategy. Because in that case, if you know what it's never point what kind of a bereni. I'm eating a queen in Pa. Mama Francois. I do my con in John Bar.
Got it. Yen so ye das yen fa 2 course na yen sorry ma abin ha news and to us. Hello.
Richardo. Richardo, me mo akwana pe.
Me Joso Kaku.
La pana mo abaso na ya ga ti agubo nti a obo aduma. E ti ya fi obi Manchester do abi kakra. Na juma fi obi na we never forget the head of our program na go to parliament pa ni Kemi boss na Central Minister. There's so much about Bayala no more and in Tempamayo. South Africa na yabu. E ka ya no ko ni akwati ato ko ni se na ko po ka hu na na ka hu.
Sorry. Last caller. Nah, sorry. Hello. Hello, last caller.
Hello. It's a good morning.
Yes, sir.
It's a
Pacho be here.
Richardo, Phobia at Yambu, after I started making it. Your boy first match, I'm going there. And they say they're panel. My next match there, the GD pass and go to the Fab also, me a short hair, almost a movie near a year, or movie woman for a year, in I ever found far. Yadam, Mr. Kamu, and we made my way.
Okay, that's it. And some young team fa of phobia, a BM no, and ya ban sa ye be pege muna. Abin ha enso ato aso timi edi amamo na before no Mr. Jeff menya me birthday baako me call bronze New York na menya birthday sisi anafi abin ha ento aso emfa emamo me call New York dia na me wehye Mirabel efu anyako ene na Mirabel enya 1 year happy birthday to you, Mirabel. Nyamin Shao, O mame and O papa. Amo awo US Abrochimem Bronx, New York. I'ma say I show happy birthday. In fact, family name show Ghana. And will be a show happy birthday. Nyamin Shao. Na onya okase. In fact, in Shebia wa dem biano. Yankopon emfebi enmo na ebeyen shira so ho. Emma abusuani na Mirabel. Happy birthday to you, our bronze New York US Abrochimem. We me my godfather. And I say parking. Yeah, show happy birthday. Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Now to say
Nyamiadumu now say.